the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear presents Tec Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial, apparel partner 656, accessories partner Cosmic Byte, and esports partner Aimlab. Welcome back to the playoffs. It's been a huge road of multiple teams here where they've fought against each other, and today we've got another match from the lower brackets. We just saw Enigma Gaming take down the side of Exploit in the 4 p.m. game, where unfortunately Exploit had to forfeit the first match, but they did come back in the second map where they hit them 15-13. That was a really intense matchup, but Enigma on Split came out triumphant and they are moving up further. And here we have True Rippers now taking on the side of Valor, who are both these teams are really, adventurous in their own ways. One of them is hyper aggressive, one of them is really meticulous about the way they play. And with me today, I got Kirito to put down all the storylines with you. So, Kirito, what do you think about today's matchup?
Yeah, these two teams, they're gonna give it their all on the battlefield, and I gotta say, I'm gonna be. There's just a thing that I want to point out that back on the quarterfinals of this playoffs, it was Enigma taking on Team Valor, and Enigma actually eliminated Team Valor to put them down to the lower brackets where they are now. And since then, Valor have been crawling their way back. They won against FS. Now they're gonna take on True Rippers. So it's a bit of a revenge story. Now that Enigma is gonna be moving on to the next stage of the lower brackets, I'm pretty sure Valor would definitely love to win this matchup and go for that sweet revenge matchup against Enigma in the future. But for now, for that they have to wait up a little bit. They have to hold their hold their ground and make sure they can take on True Rippers before that, because this is going to be an intense matchup. True Rippers, both of these teams have been absolutely dominating. True Rippers, they are off their match against TEAMXO, where they lost to 2-1 in the best of three. But this team that sort of strives on fixing the stuff that they made mistakes on in the before, they
Mm-hmm.
definitely love to improve themselves, and that's why they are now one of my favorite teams in the Gauntlet. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing them maybe try and go back to the upper brackets through this lower bracket system. And let's just see what happens. I want to move into the next stage in the tournament, but before that, what are we gonna do, Universe? What are
Well,
we doing?
we
I'm
are
I'm
gonna
I'm doing. I'm giving it to you.
Well, we are going to be looking at the brackets because the brackets are going to be showing us what exactly we have in store after this matchup. And by the looks of it, well, the upper bracket is shaped up to be a great matchup. It is a rematch of last season's finals, grand finals, of Velocity against EXO. And that is going to be a great match. Enigma already through are going to be sitting pretty waiting for one of the winners of True Rippers or Team Valor, which is going to be the storyline here. We're getting closer and closer to what we know to be the end of season 3. And well, it's going to be the last 4 teams remaining after this match that we have here. Let's go to the MVP standings to have a look at who exactly we're going to be finding there. Multiple names that we know are going to be who have been performing, and one of them is going to be shining the brightest right now. Paradox with 437 kills. He is
Wow.
absolutely on top of the world right now. He is a little bit behind Deathmaker in terms of MVPs and ACS. Deathmaker is in a league of his own, 14 MVPs. He's double of what we see Strix and Sai to have. That is, you know, amazing. Deathmaker clearly having his own stint here. His KD ratio is also just staggering, 236 deaths, 413 kills. Amazing by Deathmaker, but today the limelight is going to be shining on Paradox. He has to be the winning factor for his team. And Kirito, what do you think? Who do you think from the side of Valor is good enough to give competition to this man?
Indeed. I mean, obviously, Paradox, he has been really consistent up there on the side of the MVP standings. He's been in that top four position overall in the group stages and also in the playoffs as well. But right now, I mean, if you think about the side of Valor, they still have a lot of players who have that potential to take him down. It could be maybe Stroke, it could be Buster, Pasha Sahil. They have a lot of players who can probably counter him. But for that, obviously, they're gonna have to, properly coordinate their utilities, coordinate their plays, because taking down a player who's on the running for the top MVP is not gonna be easy. You can't
Mm-hmm.
just go in for a solo 1v1 against him. You need to play it together. You need to play off your utilities. You need to have that team coordination that is needed to take them down. And with
Yeah.
that being said, obviously, we are talking a lot about the teams, but for now, we're going to be moving on to the side of True Rippers. Let's see what their roster looks like, what they're going to be moving in with for this matchup, and who the players are. Because I'm excited to see this. This is not going to be an easy match for them, and since all these players have to sort of coordinate together and work together to take down Team Valor. So here we have the players. We have obviously Paradox, who is in the MVP standings, but beside him, I feel like a lot of the other players, especially Relics, he's my personal favorite, Sway as well. These players are really good in playing together. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I have to agree. I think, I've said this before and I will say it again. I pretty much, have watched these guys play through their entire journey of growing into this team, which is now among the top contention for, among the top contention for the teams in our region. And the thing about True Rippers is that they are so great as a team as they are individually. We know Paradox is like that X factor for this team who will absolutely destroy his oppositions, but recently, he's had a little bit of a trouble picking up his pace early up in the game. I really hope that does not, seem to be the case today, because Paradox really needs to jump up, get his, true form right up in the beginning of the game, so that his team is not having to, have too much to do in terms of coping up, because it's like it's like a car engine, right? You need to warm it up, you need to give it some love so that it comes up, and by the time it is good to go, it takes a little bit of time. It takes about 30-40 minutes, and that's kind of how Paradox's last 2-3 games have been. He needs a little bit of a warm
Mm-hmm.
up, and let's see how it all pops out for this team, because it's a great set of players, and I really hope that today they will showcase their best foot because against Valor they're gonna need it. I think Valor and Troopers are literally on the same footing. And let's have a look at the player spotlight immediately after this. Troopers. I would want to believe it's Paradox. No, it's gonna be Master the
Oh
Sova
yes.
main, and he has got a pretty great stat count right here. Would you want to walk us through it?
Yeah, he has 317 frags or kills, as you want to say it, already, and that's not easy to pull off on a Sova. Usually the Sovas are, they're ones who take a back seat. They're the ones who, provide all the info for the duelists, for the aggressive players. So give them all the info they need. They're gonna move in and get the frags. That's the kind of support role a Sova plays. But over here, Master, he's not only just providing that intel for his team. He's also out there taking the fights, playing that aggressive role, and getting the frags as well. Obviously, his deaths are also a little bit up there on the high end, but again, he's not the duelist player that gets those high KDA differences. He's gonna be the player who's not only providing the intel but also goes in for the fight whenever he needs to. Other than that, he's also got 123 assists and a pretty impressive ACS of 183. So overall, it's quite decent for a solo player because it's not that easy to uh, play such a such a diverse role as a agent which is solely built for information, like with the recon and the drone. Regardless of that, Master's out here doing it. He's out here giving all the other Sova mains a run for their money. And okay, I'm out here, I'm not only helping on my team, I'm also getting the frags for myself. So that's kind of
Yeah.
something impressive, and I want to see that from him as well today.
Well, we probably will. And who he's going to be facing off against is no small feat either. Let's have a look at Valor, a team that has been qualifying for the playoffs since their first step into the gauntlet. They've had a pretty great run in the gauntlet, but when it comes to the playoffs, they kind of step off a bit. This time, they are going to be moving further in the lower brackets, but are they going to be able to go for the lower bracket finals? Is my question because Valor can make it through. I am 100% sure. With the skill set that these people have, with the addition of JN into this roster as well, and Pasha Sile also stepping into his role as a controller more than what we have known him to be as a jet main or someone who can play that sentinel role. It's a team of diverse players who have had to settle into roles that they're not comfortable with and have still played out to the best of their abilities. So I really love this team. They are a great set of disciplined players. They play on discipline, and they have done a great job so far to qualify 3 times for the playoffs, and they deserve a round of applause just for that. But further on from now, I think they need to be aiming for that top 4 spot, if not for at least for the grand finals, because this is going to get a lot more competitive for them. It's almost like they are in a stagnant place right now. They're not moving left or right. They're just like water that is in a lake, not moving anywhere. They need to find a way to streamline through somewhere. And this has to start with by beating True Rippers today. Let's have a look at who is in the player spotlight for the side of Valor, powered by Crucial. And I have to believe it should be Hunter because we saw the Sova. No, it's going to be
Oh,
JN with the Jet. He is the jet main for the team. He's got pretty similar stats to what we saw Master have, except that his deaths are a little bit more. And that's a given because he is the duelist. So first man of encounter who will probably fall down after 1 or 2 kills. But JN has been a really good force for the side of Valor after his addition, hasn't he?
yeah, he has, and especially after that last match against FS, they are definitely feeling themselves. It was a little bit close on the couple of the first maps, but in the end, on the third map on Split, it was a 13-6 scoreline. So yeah, they are definitely out there. They're definitely feeling their aim. They are all warmed up, and they want to keep going. They want to keep this momentum up, and if they're able to sort of maintain the same composure they had against FS, I'm pretty sure this match won't be much of a problem for them either. And JN as well, he performed spectacularly. He also has a bit of that same issue about warming up, getting used to that jet role, being he does the entry really well, but you sort of want your jet main to extend from just doing the entry. You want him to get a couple of frags as well, play the clutch master role whenever he needs to, and overall be a pretty aggro fragger. That's the kind of role he needs to play, and he has been having some trouble with that at least at the initial stages of the matchup, at least in the first map of the BO3. But hopefully, considering that they have a bit of a momentum rolling, they've got the ball moving, Jay, and hopefully he's gonna be popping off earlier than the usual matches. And that's the thing that I'm really looking forward to. There are so many stacked players for either side. It's actually hard for me to pick one singular player to look out for. Obviously, we have these MVP standings, we have the highlights, but overall, I gotta say both teams have exceptionally talented players, and I can't wait for them to check seeing them in the battlegrounds. And speaking of the battlegrounds, we have the map vetoes ready. We know where the battlegrounds are. We're gonna check out which maps are gonna be being played in this best of three. So, what are your thoughts, Universe, on this three maps?
To be honest, I expected Valor to go for a pick like Icebox, but it looks like Icebox is going to be the ultimate map in case that is if we go there. Two Whippers picking up Haven is absolutely no surprise whatsoever. It's kind of what they go for. Ascent is also something that Valor are really comfortable with. I've seen them pick it up multiple times, but I did not expect them to pick it up against Troopers. It looks like they want to play it safe. They want to play it a little bit easy. They don't really want to give Troopers too much ground to work with. And this is a good thing. I really think that True Whippers are going to be humbled here. I think that they are going to be made to work a little bit more extra, especially in the map of Ascent. I think Haven is kind of their playground. I think they have an upper edge over there. And I really think that on the basis of what we see right here, Haven, Ascent, Icebox is definitely a map that we are most probably going to be end up going to.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close one. Both of these teams actually played this map veto. I mean, pick the maps really strategically. Figuring out, okay, what map are we good at? What map do you think we have the best chance of winning at? And what are the maps that the opponents are sort of a little bit weaker at? And I'm gonna be honest, they definitely played to each other's kryptonites quite well. True Rippers picking the map against Valor. Valor definitely could use some work on that, but we never know. It could just go the other way around. That's what usually happens. That the team that picks the map usually ends up losing the map. That's a bit of a curse that we've been having out here at the Gauntlet. But hopefully, it won't happen today. And as you said, I'm definitely hoping and predicting this to go to the third map of Icebox as well. But who's gonna win on Icebox? That's a completely different story, if I'm being honest. Because both teams, they've had decent experience on that. They've had decent time playing on that. They played against quite strong teams as well on that. I believe side of Enigma definitely took on Valor there as well. So yeah, it's gonna be an insane battle to the very end, and Icebox, it's gonna be a close one either ways.
Yeah, it most certainly is going to be a close one. I think that Valor. If you look at the overall storyline here, I think Haven is a map that Valor will, have some sort of a say. I'm not quite sure if we're going to see any sort of, uh, you know, landslide victories. I don't think we're gonna see something like 13-4, 13-5.
Mm-hmm.
But most certainly, if somebody can pull it off, it has to be on the basis of momentum. I think that on Haven, momentum is a really important factor. Getting that first two rounds and then following it up with the bonus and then getting another on the back of that is what leads to a a momentous victory, some word of the sorts of 13-5, 13-6, if that is the case. But I think that all three of these maps, if we do see Icebox as well, which is probably most likely, I think that we can expect anywhere between 13-9, 13-10, 13-11. I don't see this anywhere else in any other region. Even if it does go there, I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm just gonna be a little bit taken aback because both these teams have, in my eyes, both these teams have really similar, skill levels. They have different play
Mm-hmm.
styles. True Rippers are more aggressive. Valor are more disciplined, and that could be a conflicting matter between these two to show. It's like when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. It's kind of that
Oh
place
yes.
where you have to understand what exactly it comes down to. Bare nitty gritties as to who is going to go further. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really close map in a close game in all three maps.
It's gonna come down to all the smallest of details, like the smallest mistakes you can make. It's gonna be showing up today, and it's gonna be affecting the match at a completely different level. So both these teams, they've got to make sure everything's running perfectly. All the cogs are moving in sync. All the parts of the clock are oiled and ready to go. Because even the smallest of movement mistakes, even the smallest of one singular bullet from your Vandal or Phantom missing, could affect the whole round, and that in the end could affect the momentum, the whole matchup, and it could just determine your result in the series, because this is the lower brackets. If you lose, you're out. That's definitely something you don't want to happen. And both these teams, they fought too hard to just let it go right now. Obviously, the best team is going to be coming out on top, but for that to happen, we're going to have to move into the matchup, and hopefully, players are going to be ready. But yeah, before we move in though, what are your thoughts on the final predictions? I mean, I want scorelines universe. I am not. I'm too inexperienced to figure this out on my own.
Um, I, I actually have no idea. I want to side by the side of Chirrippers, because I love the guys how the way they play. But no, you know what? I'm gonna stick a bone straight in it. I'm gonna say 2-1 Chirrippers.
Okay, he's going for the True Rippers. I bet. I mean, I guess that's a reasonable pick. To True Rippers do seem to be a little bit more consistent overall. But we're gonna find out what's gonna happen. But speaking of, we have the maps and everything. We have the predictions. One more thing that we don't actually know are the agent lineups. Who do you think is gonna be picking what agent? Obviously, we know that Master, he's known for his Sova plays. He might go for the Sova today. JN's on the Jet. But what about the other players? Who's gonna be picking which agent?
We're gonna have to find out, Kirito. Just as you ask, I think we are ready to move into the agent selection
Oh,
screen,
nice.
and I mean there is gonna be one obvious, quite lineup that we will see on Haven. We know it usually ends up being pretty much the same lineup. We know the Jet, the Sova. If they are going for a double initiator, we have the Jet and we have the Sova and Sky. But Valor are twisting things up. They're throwing in that Phoenix. We've seen them do it before, and Buster picking that Phoenix up after quite a bit of a while is something that I've been waiting to see, because a Phoenix on Haven is something that I've missed. Rising from the ashes, we have the agent back online, the flame god himself. On the other side of things, it looks like we are going to be seeing that double initiator pickup by Master and Crosshair, while Relic is going to be taking up that cipher. I am 100% certain. And Cavish, who is made his way this time into this roster in the place of Hunter, is going to be making a little bit of a doubt arise in my mind, because I expected Strokey to probably be here, but we are going to be ending up
Yeah.
seeing him. And
Choose
this is
your
going to be an
agent.
interesting one. I want to see if Kavish is going to be able to make a difference, because no matter what happens, he has not really played with the team as much as we would, have wanted to see. So, not really that much, that I have in my mind. And it looks like, unfortunately, Bullet is not going to be able to select his agent. So we're going to settle that back immediately and get back. Bullet has disconnected, but he will be back in just a couple of seconds. And Kirito, we saw the lineups. We saw that there was a Killjoy and Cypher difference. We saw that there was a Phoenix involved. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, Phoenix, it's been a while since I've seen a Phoenix in Haven as well, and I gotta say, Phoenix, it has its perks, it has its weaknesses, and everything. Obviously, I feel like a lot of these teams kind of have a weird understanding of the utility of Phoenix. Some of them like to use it more for the team, the utility base. The utility used for the team for doing the entries, like the Phoenix Wall, helping to provide cover, maybe used as a Viper Wall, for like a temporary Viper Wall, just walk through it behind it or taking cover with it to walk into the site. A lot of people like to use the Phoenix Molly just for the healing. A lot of them use it offensively as a bit of a grenade, or as its name suggests, a Molly. But yeah, it's gonna come
Mhm.
down to how they decide to use it. Is this Phoenix gonna be a team playing Phoenix, or is it gonna be a bit of a solo fragging or an aggressive Phoenix? Are the flashes gonna be used for the benefit of the team? Are three people gonna be peeking after a flash, or is it only gonna be one Phoenix peaking after that flash? It's all going to come down to the playstyle and how that playstyle sort of adjusts in with the rest of the teams. So that's going to be interesting seeing the Phoenix there. But other than that, we see obviously Cavish is here. for the side of Valor, and he's gonna be. I guess he picked the Killjoy, and that's gonna be an interesting pick as well. Killjoy is obviously it's pretty effective on the map of Haven. It's not that bad. I personally played Killjoy a couple of times, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
bit difficult, especially when you know there are three sites, and you sort of have to keep rotating as a defender. If you already have lost maybe one or two players earlier in the round, that's when the utility, the range of the utility sort of starts affecting your how much you can rotate, how much you can move around the map. So hopefully he's gonna be able to sort of circumvent around all that issues. But other than that, I think the more pressing matters is that this is an important match for Valor, and him coming in at this stage, it's gonna demand a lot more from him because obviously you have to play with the team continuously to build up a chemistry with them or have a proper coordination with them. The sort of chemistry that when you have that level of bond, it's like okay, you do it before without even saying it. Like you're thinking the same thing, you just execute the strategy. Hopefully, he's gonna be able to accomplish something like that. It's gonna be pretty difficult, but right now with the situation at hand, the match at hand, that's what this team demands, and hopefully he's gonna be able to deliver. Only way to find out is hopefully the match is gonna begin in the near future, but yeah, that's my take on this. It's overall it's a really interesting match that I'm really looking forward to beginning.
Yeah, I think that I agree with what you said. Phoenix is an interesting character. I don't see why Phoenix is not really used as much in other maps. I okay, Icebox I kind of understand. I think it's a big map. Phoenix is not really as potent as he could be, but Split I think is a great map for Phoenix. I think on Split Phoenix can cause a lot of trouble, especially with his close quartered flashes and ultimate and his wall covering up a lot of ground, and it can be even curved as well. Is pretty great. And on Haven, I think pretty much Bullet is forgive me, Buster will know how to use it. I'm not quite sure if on Ascent he's going to be picking that up, but I think that double duelist lineup in the form of a Raze might come in. But let's see. We're still waiting for Bullet to get back in. I think he's got some technical issues, but we will be going into the game pretty soon. Do not worry, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the delay. We are going to be going pretty soon, but overall, I think that True Rippers getting their groove in this has to start with Haven. I think if they don't win Haven, they're probably not going to win this. I need to know what you think. What you asked me for my prediction. I need to know yours. What do you think? Do you think Valor are going to take this?
Valor, it's going to be difficult, especially considering how the consistency and the individual talent from the side of Two Rippers. And it's going to be difficult to sort of take that on. Obviously, they have their own strats as well. They have their own, you know, uh, bonuses and preparations that they've been working on. Obviously, it's an important match. They're not going to leave any stone unturned. And one of the stones being the map Haven is definitely cannot be left unturned. You have to start by taking this map up. Obviously, it is the pick for True Rippers, and getting that first map, getting your opponent's map pick on your side, it'll definitely create a pretty big momentum boost for the side of Valor, and that's definitely going to help them out in the next map. That is their own pick. That I mean, going into your own map pick is a bit of a morale boost on its own, but going in after defeating your opponents on their own pick, that's a completely different mindset right there, and that is something that they're going to be looking for. But starting that off, it's going to be the agent selection as we go in for the second time. We're going to be seeing if the same agent selection persists or not. I believe it is. We see obviously the side of Valor, they have picked all their agents in Buster. Again, going for the Phoenix, JN is going to be going for the Jet, Gavish on the Killjoy, Pasha Sahil on the Astra, and Bullets on the Sova. Meanwhile, Paradox, the side of TR, Paradox, he's going to be on the Jet, and I guess, oh, Crosser, is he going to go for the Phoenix as well?
Oh, I'm not quite sure. No, he's probably not. He did select the
Sky, I believe.
yeah, he did select the sky, so I think he should be going for the sky. I'm not quite sure if he's allowed to change his agent after already showing that he's picked it. But everybody else has remained the same. Bullet is here, and he is going to be picking up that Sova as everybody from Valor seem like they are ready, and True Rippers, they are going to be picking up exactly the same crosshair. He goes back to what he's known for, and there it is. The agents are, as you can see in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, there is a double duelist against a double initiator.
Select your
Paradox with
agent.
the jet on his hands, and one tap Gata and Pasha Sahil will battle it out as the Astras as Bullet, he's picked up the Sova, and Kavish, the latest entry into the roster here, is going to be fighting off Relic in the Sentinel role with the Killjoy against the Cypher. So this is going to be an interesting battle. I am really excited to know, given that the side of Valor are even starting on defense. So it is going to be, I feel, a little bit more difficult for them to stop the side of Chirippers because they have a little bit more, potency in terms of flashes. I think that the flashes are great in terms of how they are mobile. They can be, pushed all across the map. They're flying birds. They can be controlled. But Phoenix has close quarters. He needs to be next to a edge of a wall to get those flashes running. Let's see how it all turns out. Let's move into the game to find out whether or not Team Valor can handle the firepower of True Rippers.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be excited to figure that out. Obviously, on the side of attack, it's going to be the side of True Rippers. And this is an attacker-sided map. If the side of Valor want to go into the next half with an advantage, they're definitely going to have to at least come up with an equal scoreline, at least a 6-6 on this defensive half. It's going to be difficult, though, because this attacking lineup from the side of TR is a lot more diverse. I feel like it's a lot more true and tested for this map of Haven, this double initiator, the presence of Cypher as well. But as we begin the matchup, it's going to be the C-side execution and given away to the side of TR. They're going to be planting the spike without any issues. One tap god. Oh, that was a little bit dicey, wasn't it? Jane's going to be taken down with a nice headshot. The Papasile in garage going to be concussed because of the Skydog. But under a lot of pressure, he's going to be shock darted as well. Pasha Shahil will be taken down. Master is going to take credit for that frag. As one tap god takes down Bullet, it's all onto Buster, who's going to be headshotted as well. That was a quick round and a flawless one from the side of TR. What a way to kick things off.
Damn, that was a flawless pistol, by the way. Nobody lost their lives from the side of True Rippers. And I think Valor kind of, were not... I don't know why. It seemed like they just almost gave it away on purpose. Like, they didn't really give any sort of friction to the side of True Rippers entering into the C side. The garage also was given away pretty easy. But there was JN coming on the backstab who, well, to be honest, he should have expected somebody holding down the lines there. That's kind of, customary from any team. Now, because of that one round, True Rippers run straight in and Paradox.
Oh, no.
Eating just a little bit damage, not too much. He's going to be oh so healthy as True Rippers find an easy plan and Paradox is on a killing spree.
Yeah,
Ooh,
second
Kavish.
frag, but Kavish moving in with the shorty. Jane as well, the shorty party is here. They're going to be getting a couple of frags in their favor, bring it to a 3 versus 3, but JN lose the fight against the Spectre. It's going to be a 2 versus 3 now in the post-plan scenario. Pasha Sahil still on a classic. It's gonna be a lot more difficult for him to get a frag, considering that all the opponents have their hands on Spectres. As Master gets the first shot, Relic with the follow-up. Wow, that was a quick plant in, a little bit of a glimmer of hope from the side of VL as we see a couple of shorty frags pop in, but they just couldn't maintain the momentum. But it's all good. Their buy rounds coming up. It's gonna be a 2-0 scoreline, but with this new and refined armory of VL, I believe their side can probably get this next round quite easily, considering that the side of TR, they're still on their bonuses. Paradox is going to be playing a Hero Phantom, but I don't know if that's going to be enough against these 5 rifles.
Find out, because this bonus round, we have gone a little bit straight up. We finish it off in less than 2 minutes, I believe. Not too much of a trouble here, but look at Paradox. He's actually gone past. And Buster has no idea. He's not even called it out to his teammates. Oh, actually, he has. The plan will go down towards B, but Paradox is in an amazing position. Buster will take care of one. Crosshair goes down. Master still on the site. They're checking every single angle for Paradox here, but he's not been spotted. This could be trouble looming around here. The time is ticking, and they're still worried about Paradox. Buster needs to be the first one to get this kill, but no, it's gonna be Jane to clean up Paradox, and Buster goes down. One tap god cleans him up, another one for one tap god, and Master peeks out. He didn't need to, but he still found it. Relic with 2, and now it's up to Pasha Sahil to find a 1v1. Relic, all he needs to do is hold his ground. Pasha Sahil just has to wait and try to stick this, but here's Relic, finds the third, and the third of the game as well, as True Rippers win the bonus, and they are going to be looking pretty good. It came on the back of one tap, got a relic, finding all the kills there. Paradox was in such a great position, but the man just was a little impatient. He could have waited until the opponents were engaged towards that ailing position, and then maybe peek out. But hey, it worked out all for the good for them. And now they are going to see the side of Valor yet again on an eco.
Take flight.
Yeah, 3 rounds in a row. That's going to be a big boost for them. VL not looking that good. Immediately, they're going to be heavily pressed on the C side in this 4th round. Skyflash is coming in. Paradox, is he going to dash in? Is the question. There he goes. The dash is there. He's already in the side and getting the first frag onto Kavish. There's still one more player behind, though. It is Pasha Sahel on the Astra, playing with the Sheriff. Can he find a frag? They're all spamming through the smoke, but he's so far alive. Buster trying to create an opening, but he's going to be taken down as well. 3 versus 5 scenario. JN finds an opener and a second. He needs to be the hero player here, as the only one remaining is Crosshair is going to take down Pasha Sahel. 1 versus 2 scenario. Can he find? He finds the shot onto the jet. He needs to find a couple more, but the timing is so wrong. Crosshair is going to be taking him down as he updrafts, and that's going to be the 4-0 scoreline for TR. Oh, that could have been a big play for JN. Unfortunately, the timing was just a bit unfortunate.
Oh, man. That could have really gone Jay inside. He got those first 2 kills. I don't know how both of them missed that spray. With 29 HP, he found even Paradox, but it still doesn't matter. Oh no, JN. He misses 1 updraft, and now you can see they're already they don't like it. They don't like the situation they're in. He's been spotted out here, JN, and Paradox is they need to find his kill, but no, JN. He gets away. I'm pretty sure they spotted him, but they still did not find that kill. And Paradox now, he's gonna get spammed down, burnt down to thanks to Buster. But it's still a 4v3. True Ripper still have a little bit of control over here as one tap god is sneaking through. Finding kills, spraying down through it. He's got Pasha Sahel on this side all alone in this backside position, and Pasha Sahel will take down 1 before he falls to the ground. 2 versus 2 as the Hunter's Fury comes in a little too late.
It almost tags the couple players alive for the side of TR, but they are now in a very good post-plan scenario. Obviously, an operator in the hands of JN could make the difference as he missed the first shot. No, you don't want to see that now. Relic's going to take him down with a rifle. Drone is going to spot out Bullet. He's going to pull out the shock darts. Can he get a tag in? I think he will. No, I think I'm not sure. I think he missed the shot onto Relic. So the recons are coming in. They're just playing this post plan based off utility. There's nothing Bullet can do. He can either stick in or try to get these frags. He will get 1 onto Relic. But can he get the last one onto Bullet? Sorry, the Master is the question.
No, he's gonna go for the operator save. Not alive for that either. Master takes down his counterpart. That's gonna be number 5 for True Rippers. Amazing stuff here from the boys of True Rippers. They have taken, this is exactly what I said, momentum is what they ride on, and if they find that first couple of rounds, a landslide victory could be on the books, but I'm still a little skeptical. I would like to see something come out from Valor. They are showing us, you know, stints, but it's only been from JN so far that I've seen some sort of retaliationary, you know, positions and kills. Nothing more. It's all been the side of True Rippers taking up their show. This is their opera, their orchestra.
The orchestra's been playing beautifully, but is it gonna play again is the question. Is one tap god is gonna be getting the first frag onto Kavish. Bring it to a 5 versus 4 scenario. Judge for Pasha Sahel, though. This could be the game changer. He gets 1, and he gets a 2nd, and he gets a... Oh, he doesn't get a 3rd. Master's gonna finish things off. And Buster with the ultimate. The run it back. Can he get a couple of frags? Just get on to Master. But the trade is there from Relic. And one tap goes right up his face to finish things off. 1 versus 2. Bullet with a Sheriff.
Spike planted.
Spike gets planted. Oh, nice flick onto Relic. Picks up a Phantom. But no tap god. Oh.
A little too close for comfort. One tap god expected him to come to the left, but he still was good enough to flick it to the other side of that box and take out his life. Bullet almost found that. A beautiful first kill, though. Not enough to follow it up. Valor struggling in the first bit of this Haven map. Troopers are showing why this is their choice of map. They calling it home. And now Paradox towards A. Finally, after so long, we're seeing this A push up, and Bullet spotted out twice, getting pushed back. And he's got somebody up close. He needs to be careful, but it takes him down. It's a good kill. And now it's all up to Master to find these kills for himself, and he gets one. Crosshairs there to support him, but Pasha's already on the side, sprays down two. 1 versus 2. It's all onto one tap card. He knows there's a killjoy with the ultimate available, but he's got one himself. 1 star to work with. What can he do? Put it for the spike? Try to not let them plant. He expects a backstab. Nobody's there. And there it is. It's going down for the plant, as he has time to rotate over. They bait it out. And now he has to fight on his aim. He takes down one. One tap god. Good for everything. The operator in a 1v1, never the best choice in a retake. Only works about 30%, maybe 40% of times.
Damn, JN wishes he picked up another gun there. I wish too, because right now Valor, they are in dire need of a round. A 7-5 is the only possibility for them, but with this eco coming up right now, it's looking very unlikely. It should go to an 8-0 scoreline.
I really think what they need right now is a timeout. I think they really need to call a timeout after this round at least.
I'm going up.
Because them letting rounds run away like this is not a good sign. 7-0. This is probably 8-0, Kirito, because this is Nico. They have one hero Vandal on Bullet, and I'm not quite sure if he's going to be able to use it because he was left alone with that Vandal towards A. And now he's rotating here, so this is a good stack, but they need to win these fights. There's Crosshair not letting them do it. Paradox with another, and Pasha, he tries to pick up a smoke instead of go for the fight there. And that's going to cost a round to the side of Valor. The wrong time to pick up your utility there. And another flawless round for True Rippers. 8-0. What a dominance this has been.
My god. TR, they've just been playing like it's like playing deathmatch right now, man. All the rounds that they've won have been by, you know, eliminating the side of Valor, because as if you press tab and if you look at the menu there, it's all the rounds won are because of complete squad eliminations. They have not won because of the objective a single time. They just outgunned their opposition, VL, right now. And VL, obviously the timeout's coming in. It might be a little bit too late right now to salvage, you know, the best scoreline possible, because you can't really expect them to immediately start popping off after this timeout. Maybe it might happen. But yeah, a bit earlier, maybe in a 5-0 state, 4-0 state. I mean, hell, a lot of teams, even after losing the first pistol round, go for, you know, a timeout. Like, okay, guys, let's come up with a plan right now, because this pistol round actually, you know, at least sets the flow to the match. And if it doesn't go to their favor, you might want to have a talk with the teammates. But right now, they are going to be having that timeout active. It's almost complete, and they're going to be moving on with the matchup soon. Hopefully, they have a proper strat planned. Maybe an 8-4 might happen. Best case scenario for them. It will make the attack a little bit easier, though. The scoreline, if it gets equalized on the second half, then we might have a match in our hands. But I think the damage is done, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think that they won this half long ago when they were 6-0 up itself, but they have chance to make it more. Paradox towards Garage yet again. This time, Valor are playing a little bit of a unconventional positioning. Buster is going to throw that in the Molotov, not let them enter in, but there's a lot of spam. Pasha's Isle does not get any of it. As Relic crawling up towards A. This time, True Rippers are playing this a little slow. They know that timeout could prove to be dangerous. Paradox walking into this B side could also be dangerous, as Buster is holding down a niche angle. If he pops out, oh, the fight, he's been spotted. Bullets being exchanged, smokes being popped up. Paradox wants to sell this fake so bad, and he's done that for good condition here, as Master has actually cleared out pretty much most of the site, and the A side will be taken control of. Here we go. True Rippers have the A side under them, and with this one push,
Ultimate though.
Yeah, they have an ultimate, but look at the counter. They even have the Sova ultimate. And here we go.
Just where he popped up, it's not gonna find anything. Counter 100 spree doesn't get attacked. I'm not sure. The lockdown will be destroyed, though. I believe that was the main objective, the 100 spree. Now it's going to be a 5 versus 5 retake. Both sides have a few ultimates to work with. Actually, TR have more than their opponents. But oh, look at this luck from Paradox. Buster expecting it, though. Gets a nice headshot, a spray down to finish things off. But here comes the Cosmic Divide. All 3 ultimates that are available to the side of Valor is being used. So will the Sky Seekers from the side of TR. No frags just yet. But as the push comes in, Bullet, he's going to find a couple. There is a trade, though, by Relic. Master, they're playing around the wall. He's going to find one as well. But Cabbage with another trade. What's happening? I have no idea. The time is out. Oh, it's 9-0. Both sides die out, but doesn't really matter. The economy for the side of TR is, I mean, it's out of the question right now. They have money for days. And with this scoreline, I gotta say, it's pretty much set in stone right now. It's gonna be a difficult match for Valor to come back from. And what I'm more worried about is this sort of, you know, it's definitely gonna be a bit demoralizing. It's definitely gonna affect their mental capacity a little bit. Is it gonna be carrying the next map is the question. Because the next one is their own map pick. They should feel confident, but 9-0, it's definitely gonna put doubts in your head.
That is true. Buster taking the first map. Finally, Valor actually going on the front foot here. They've had enough of True Rippers bullying them to play passively. And Buster with that kill is going to put some fear into the side of True Rippers. I don't think they feel it. 4 versus 5, they don't care. Here's the trade. Relic finds it. And here's Buster trying to find that man back. Oh, he actually dinks him. Dinks him twice. Needs one more and he gets it. Buster, you beautiful man. You find a great kill, but Master's gonna trade it off immediately. The recon is gonna keep him engaged here. And look at all 3 players of Valor are actually here trying to take down Master. While True Rippers, the other 2 players have already taken over the side. Spike gone down. A really aggressive smoke that's gonna hold them off. And this amazing... Okay, beautiful.
1v1.
1v1 indeed. No idea where he is. Pasha Sahil
out
in the open.
He doesn't even cross. Does he hear this?
Oh,
that gave me a heart attack. Not gonna lie. Pasha Sahil, he didn't have his gun out. That's the thing. He didn't have his gun out, and it was a slow walk-in from the opponent Astra. One tap god. He just slowly with the crouch down. He's just crawling in, nearing the spike. And it should be an easy frag for Pasha. We should not be reacting like this, but he had his knife out. He had to, you know, press 1 or scroll up to his gun and then land the headshot. But regardless, the score, it's gonna be a 1-9. Finally, the first round from the side of Valor picked up. And regardless, though, they lost 4 players from that one round. So it just, you know, sort of summarizes the whole situation right now, that even to win that one round, they had to lose a bunch of their players. I mean, 90% of the players. So it's I don't know if that's gonna help at all.
Oh, nice shot, great trade. Jane will find it. The side of Valor are playing on half armor. 3 of them right now. The another player who wasn't half armor did go down. Bullet is the only healthy one here. As True Rippers yet again move towards A. They're gonna find an empty side all for themselves as the rotations do come in. But it is clear, all too clear for them to take it. They're gonna find absolutely no issues whatsoever. Relic sets down an aggressive camera for information as they spray down towards heaven to try and stop any shock tracks from coming in from Bullet. But the plan's gone down and Bullet yet again late with his utility coming in. It was the Hunter Shuri that came out later for 1 round. But the amount of times that Buster, forgive me, True Rippers have found success on the A side is staggering.
Indeed. And their both plans are looking really strong as well. This crossfire setup is really good. JN needs to find an opening pick, but it's going to be Buster instead, taking down Master. Trade is there onto Cavish. Bullet with the follow-up trade. It's going left, right, and left, right for either sides, but it's going to be a 2 versus 2 scenario. This very aggressive cam, as he talked about, is going to give the information on Buster. Nice headshot from him, but it's still onto Relic. He gets 1, but doesn't get the transfer. But is there time? I know there's no time.
There is no time.
Valiant attempt, though, from Buster. He got a bunch of frags. He's trying a lot to, you know, get his team back on the front foot, trying to play that aggressive play style that Phoenix should play with, but I guess right now his team is sort of down in the dirt right now. They're having a hard time picking themselves up. even after they won that one round at 9-1, they should have tried and played off that momentum. Like, okay, we got one. Let's see how many more we can get. But it just seemed like they're not really meshing together right now really well. I mean, it's completely normal if you have 9-0 or 10-1 scoreline. It's gonna be difficult.
There is something I do want to point out, though. I think it's kind of, I don't want to put it out completely there, but the fact that they have gone for this attacking-minded composition because they have a Phoenix involved, right? That is definitely getting them a little on their defense, and that's kind of true. You can see it. They could have probably done with a Sky. They could have probably done with some other agent, but you can see it. The way they're falling apart. Again, the C side has been taken control of. 3 players fell. And the way that Paradox has been breaching these sites and everybody else has been getting killed, it's like they're not even trying too hard. They just know what Valor are doing. And True Ripper is now in this post plant yet again, which has been their situation in every single round, by the way. They have been taking post plants time and time again.
I've got your trail.
There's nothing that they're able to do. Bullet, 1 versus 3. A 4th kill for him, not gonna happen. One tap gun finds 11. And dominance is the name of the game right now for the side of True Rippers.
Switching sides.
And let me point something out yet again to you. If you look at True Ripper's lineup, it might not be as attack-minded, but it's definitely defense-minded. They've got a Sova, they've got an Astra, they've got a Cypher, and they've got a Sky. Every one of those agents pretty great on the defense. While on the other side of things, they do have a Phoenix and Jet combo, but they don't have any flashes apart from Buster's own, which he can only use for himself and in close corners only. Kavish, he might have come into this game after quite a while, and he clearly isn't able to settle down like he would have wanted to. 3 and 11 for him, being the killjoy of the team. If they lose this, it's over. What do you got for us, Valor?
Yeah, they need a lot. Look at the confidence from Paradox. I don't know what happened there, if I'm being honest. He just walks up there, jumping up there. He wasn't even being stealthy about it. He was just, I don't know, man. A couple of frags going in favor of VL. It's gonna be Relic and Paradox dying out early on. And it's gonna give them the man advantage. They're walking into the A side, which is completely empty. Master, I believe, has some lineups ready. Is he gonna be shooting is the question. Doesn't matter, it's a bit too late. Spike's down as we enter the post-plan scenario. It's gonna be a difficult one to win, but again, they have room for error. It's an 11-1 scoreline. They can afford to give away a couple of rounds and properly get ready for the last 2 rounds they need to victory. But again, don't want to give too much momentum to the side of VL. They might come up with a plan. They might come up with a good ball to roll with, and that might start off with Jane getting that opening frag. Post plan begins, but one tap gun. That gun was nerfed, by the way. That gun was nerfed.
It most likely was.
Oh, the swarm nades do a lot of damage. Spasha displays the power of the classic again. All right, yeah, that gun was nerfed. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, clearly, One Tap God does not agree with you, or with the laws of physics, or with the laws of Valorant. But I think that in that round, True Rippers got a little too overconfident, a little too ambitious. Paradox especially, jumping straight into window like there's not a single care in the world. He just went straight for that with his knife out, by the way. And, I mean, I think they would... Yeah.
Not the jet knives, guys. It's the other knife.
Well, this is one round that they're going to be giving away in the second half. Let's see if it's going to be more. It has to be. It looks like it. Buster.
Ooh.
Another bullet. Come on. One more bullet. That's all Master needs to slowly settle down into his grave.
If the heal comes in from the sky, that should give me information. Maybe I tagged him up quite a bit. Doesn't matter. Kavish can get that frag. And another one to Paradox. Doesn't give him the opportunity to even shoot one bullet. Kavish is on a roll. He's gonna get his 3rd frag. Oh, it's all onto Crosshair.
Spike planted.
But one shot onto Kavish. He was low on HP. He will be spotted out from window as well. 1 versus 4 scenario, and 48 HP with a Sheriff. Probably not the best scenario you want to be in, but again, they have room for error. They have a buy next round, and maybe they can play off that. It's gonna be Buster with the final frag of this round. 11-3. 2 of the 3 rounds are gonna be in the second half, and a good momentum boost for the side of VL. But they're still far from a a consistent position to be able to at least close in the scoreline. The side of TR, they're still sitting very pretty up on the top of the mountain, and they definitely look a lot prettier right now with the rifles in their hands, and they're looking a lot more potent for that match point scoreline coming in. VL need to take that aggressive mentality they had on the later stages of their defensive half and take the fight to them. They have a Phoenix, he needs to pop off. The other agents need to use the utilities for him. And Buster walks in, he's gonna get the opening frag onto Paradox. Paradox, I don't know what's happening. Is he, I mean, he's feeling a little bit too confident, if I'm being honest. But Master's still inside. The jet dash is gonna distract him for a little bit, and that's all the time Buster needs to get that frag. It's gonna be a 5 versus 3 actually. The spike plan is going down from Pasha Sahel. He's only 2 away from that Astro ultimate as we enter the post-plan scenario. Difficult round to retake for TR.
Indeed, I don't think that, they are going to be going for the retake. I think that they should, really consider the save and maybe play for the next round, because no matter what they do, this is not going to work for them. Giving away a couple of rounds in the second half could be a little bit of a problem for them. All TR need is 1 round to put the pressure 3 times more on Valor. And Buster here, a little too recklessly running against his own best interest, is going to find himself killed. And that's going to mean him moving down to the ground, but his team moving up further on.
Yeah. TR are going to be saving those 3 weapons. That's going to mean a lot for the economy, though. Because they did lose that round, so their money is going to be a little bit low, but those 3 rifles being saved definitely allow them a little bit more comfort on their weapon buys in this round. But again, VL, they can go for their own rifle buys again. Their money is looking pretty nice. We see a couple of players, few players actually, really close to that 6,000 credits. So they should at least win a couple more rounds based off that economy, unless, of course, TR, they pull out a 350, which they definitely still have that potential for. And that definitely changes the whole dynamic of this game right now. As we start things off, Molly in front of Garage, denying any aggressive pushes from TR, but TR, they're still holding back. They're still playing passive. The Cypher setup suggests the very slow and passive playstyle. It will be destroyed. Buster using the run it back, but will lose the ultimate, not getting any frags or info actually, other than the Sky playing in the seaside. And so far, they have been denied entry into B or, let's see, Garage.
Should give them a little bit of a informational advantage. Trippers. Paradox is holding a really close angle, and with him with a judge is something I've not seen in a while. But he is having the right idea. Yep, he's having the right idea, and he finds one. And that's all he got. Relic gets 1. Make that 2, and Valor have fallen. 2 versus 4. They make their way towards A. Pasha's Sahel with a spike. Is going to be spotted out, and that should be the end of this. He will get the spike done, that's sure, but he's got shock darts coming his way. He's got support in the form of Cavish taking down Master, but the remaining 3 players of True Rippers are healthy and are going to be taking this fight. Pasha Sahel sprays down 1, he even wounds the other, and he's gonna get it! Pasha Sahel puts his team in a position to win this, but it's a 1v1. 1-tap god. All he needs to do is to get this first kill. He's gonna try and stick the defuse here. Cavish's utility is not on the mark. It might just be a little no.
That was a clean one. And it's gonna be 11-5 scoreline. It was a very, very risky round for the side of Valor to win, but a good call from Pasha Sahel to move into that A side. And as soon as he found the frag onto Bullet, as soon as he got that bomb down and the couple more frags from CT in the post plant, he's definitely set up his team for a better situation. And now True Rippers, they're still on the hot seat. They're still up there on the top of the mountain, as I said. They still have better chances of winning this match, but if you're a TR fan, if you're a little bit anxious, you're definitely gonna be feeling a little bit shaky. Like, okay, they're on an eco now. It might be 11-6, but hopefully it's not gonna, turn the tables too far. Unless, of course, Pasha Sahil has something to say about it as he gets the opening frag onto Relic. One tap got picking up that Sheriff. Can he find anything? No. Denied completely. Paradox, though,
Last
has
player
some better
standing.
luck. He's going to find one, but Buster and Kavish
Taking that back.
completely eliminating the rest of the players. It's all onto him, Paradox. You're on the MVP standings. Now prove you're an
Spike
MVP.
planted.
Easier said than done, though. Oh, no.
Indeed. Well, he has found himself in front of a turret. That's going to push him back. Now Paradox. Well, I don't think he even needs to, needs to look to survive this round. He should just straight up go and get himself maybe an exit frag and then that. But he's got two players looking straight where he is. That's going to be the end of his stint in this round. Just the one. That's going to be number 6 for the side of Valor. Not looking too comfortable on the defense here. They should have won this, to be honest, a long time ago, Kirito. And I'm pretty sure you side with me here that all they needed was one round. And Valor would have just, their mentality would have broken down with just that match point coming up.
Again, with these round wins, the momentum's favoring them right now. They're definitely feeling their shots. They know that they're in a dire situation, but the way they're playing doesn't suggest that. They're definitely going for these fights with confidence. He's caught out with the recon, and his position is now known. He's still not moving. Will fall back regardless. They know that they were in a really uncomfortable position there on the A side, but the side of Valor, they have other ideas. They're moving towards the C side, and they're not being quiet about it. They're definitely just marching through right there. And this could be really difficult side to take as Relic is holding on with the utility. We have one tap god as well, and the rotation is here. It's going to be a complete brawl in this side as we see a couple of frags opening things up. It's going to be TR with the advantage, but Kavish to equalize. Relic, he's still trying to fight through. KJ Ultimate will be pushing the defenders back,
Player standing.
and it's going to be coming down to a 2 versus 1.
Enemy
Oh, will
remaining.
it? 1 versus 1.
Spike planted.
Crosshair
Kavish
does
is
have his ultimate. He can't just go for it. Oh no, Kavish, you did not need to peek that. You did not need to peek that, my friend. You could have just held your angle. You could have just waited for him.
Clutch.
I think the drone, the drone sort of bugged out for me. Didn't actually shoot Crosshair. I
Match
believe Kavish thought that, okay, the drone's shooting him. Let me go in for a peek right now, but I don't think the drone was shooting him at all. Crosshair, he had nothing actually hitting him, so he was ready to take that fight and easily take down Kavish. That's going to result in the match point scenario for TR. It's been a long time coming, and it's finally here. But still, Valor, they are looking confident. It's probably not going to go in their favor. I said probably, I didn't say definitely. But let's see what happens. They managed to pull through this long. Let's see how many more they can get. But Master opening things up with the hand to Spree. Will he find a frag? He will onto Pasha Sahil. That's the primary controller for the side of Valor, taken down. 4 versus 5 scenario. Spam's coming in from Crosshair, won't do much damage. Paradox, he knows that the push is coming. The flash is there. He's gonna miss his shot, but Buster with a run back finds one onto Master. Can he find one more? No, Paradox instead is gonna take down JN. He's gonna be moving towards short. There is a player in short, but oh, what's gonna happen here?
Enemy remaining.
Crosshair is
Spike
found
down A.
too, and I think it might just be over here, Kirito. Buster's been surrounded every single angle, but he takes care of one. He's down with 3 kills. Spike is away from him. He has to heal himself off completely. He even has the wall that can help him to take that spike, but utilities are pouring in. And there is an ultimate available as well, and that's the Astral Divide, the Cosmic Divide from Astra. It would require an ace clutch from the big man. Buster towards A main. One tap god is securing that angle for his teammate. And I think it might just be it. Yep, that is gonna be it. One tap god clears it out. And as True Rippers do get the victory, it was inevitable, but it was delayed. It came down to the half point here, Kirito. It had to come down to 6, 13-6. And like I said, this is something that we did talk about. Momentum was what I was telling about earlier, and it would only work if we had a team pick up those, the bonus round, the round after it, and well, these guys did. They picked up 9 rounds in a row, and if that is not momentum, I don't know what is. A great, amazing game by True Rippers on their map, and it's been stunning to watch. Let's have a look at the match highlights to go back and look at what was that first half made of, because every single, it was not just Paradox or it was not just one tap god. Every single player on True Rippers performed, and they performed so goddamn well.
Definitely, and I mean, it's all again.
Yeah,
Both these teams thrive on that momentum, don't they? We see again
Yeah.
that obviously Valor they brought it back to 12-6. It was a close one, but again the momentum was definitely what that was helping them do that. If I was in that situation with an 11-1 moving into the second half, I definitely wouldn't be feeling that hyped up to try and even attempt a comeback, but these guys definitely did it. These guys definitely were able to at least bring it closer to that scoreline that their opponents put up. But yeah, again, it's all about the momentum. If you have that momentum, anything could have been possible there. If the scoreline wasn't that one-sided at the end of the first half, maybe they could have brought it a lot more closer. But again,
Mm-hmm.
True Rippers, they just did way too much damage on that first half, and their confidence as well went up quite high. I believe even though 6 rounds were gotten by the side of Valor, I believe they were like, okay, let's not let this affect us. Let's just shake off these rounds. They were able to keep their composure cool and everything, and they were able to win it out in the end. But again, both sides they definitely displayed some great gameplay, great aim from both teams. But I definitely want to see a bit more coordinated strategy from the agent selection, because obviously Buster he played really well with that Phoenix, but it was that solo Phoenix that I was talking about. I didn't really see the best of utilities coming out from him for the team, helping his team out overall. And same from Jayan as well. He feel like the entry as the Jet needs a little bit more work, but other than that, a bit more consistency from everybody else. Buster was definitely fragging, but what the side of TR are doing, it's like all of them are getting the frags. As you said, all of them, whenever they're in that 1v1, there's a good chance of them winning that 1v1, and that's what needs to happen for the side of Valor. They definitely need to up their gunplay a little bit. Even if they don't win the 1v1, make it a 2v1. Go for the double peaks, play off the utilities, play together. That's definitely going to allow them to get some rounds as we move into the map of Ascent after this. That's definitely what they're going to be needing to tie things up, to make it a 1-1.
Yeah, that is true. I think that Valor really need to pick it up on their home map, because if Ascent is not going to be, where they take that first initial stance, where they put their foot on the ground and say, no, you move, it's not going to work out for them, because everything that True Rippers have done on Haven, I would believe that they will be able to do it on Ascent as well, because Ascent is a playground for them too. It's not just the side of Valor that are going to be good on Ascent, and that's exactly what we are going to be have to having a look at, because everything that Valor, I've seen them play on Ascent, they have this certain meta around them. They sometimes shift it up with the agents, and I think that they are clearly missing the presence of Hunter here. He clearly makes them a lot more efficient with the way that he plays that Sova, and Bullet moves to the role of that killjoy that Kavish was playing today, and it looked like they could have used him in a lot many more situations than they would have expected. So True Rippers, to be honest, the only way that they are going to be countered here, and this does not go to a 2-0, is if the side of Valor somehow find a early, the same sort of a lead that the side of True Rippers did on Haven. The only thing that they need is maybe a first 5-0 lead or 6-0 lead, and not give that up. They should hold down, play it safe, and every single round needs to be played as if it's their last. And that's how Valor are going to win this, because they are not at their best day today.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much honestly is maybe the last ones if they don't play it the best, because this is still again reminding you the lower brackets of the tournament, and if you don't
Mm-hmm.
play these rounds to your best, it's gonna be goodbyes from the Gauntlet playoffs. But again, it's still not over for the side of Valor. We saw the potential they had, and we saw that they can definitely frag out if they have the momentum on their side. But yeah, they just need to win a couple of rounds in the beginning. They need to have a pretty decent lead, at least a 3-0 or 4-0. I mean, have a pretty decent round gap at least to be able to keep things in their favor. And considering this is their map pick, hopefully they won't let their mental be affected that much. That's gonna be a pretty big demand if they do want to win out this second map. But again, it's after that dominant performance from TR, that's gonna be a task on its own. And honestly, I'm really excited to see if they're able to sort of come back from that or not. Because if they do, honestly, I will. I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be a comeback of the century, if I'm being honest. But yeah, to find that out, we're definitely gonna have to stick around. We're definitely gonna have to find out in the third map. But before we go into the third map, let's take a look at the final look on that first map, the scoreboard over here. MVP for the side of True Rippers. It's gonna be Master. It's gonna be the man on the spotlight. He definitely performed quite well today. Although I'm gonna be honest, every one of the players from the side of TR, they definitely shown really well today. How better they are at the game. But it's just Master with, I believe, the Sova utility that definitely provided a lot more help for the team.
Yeah, I think that he did do a great job. He has been a pretty great Sova player in the past for this team. And on the other side, you can see the difference, right? Even though the side of Valor did have 4 players along the same lines, 11, 14, 11, 11, Jay and Kavish, everybody. Buster was a class apart. He's on 21. He is height, and he is just heights above everybody on the server. But it was a team effort of True Rippers that did come in handy. 15, 18, 15, 14, 14. Everybody put in the work at the time when they needed to, and that was the first half. And once that was done, it was game over right there. And that is going to be the story until now, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have another map come up. I don't know if it's going to be the last. I don't know if it's going to be the second one. But we are going to be seeing a lot more action. So don't go anywhere. We are going to be back with True Rippers and Valor. They are prepping themselves. They're getting their Red Bull cans, which you should too by scanning that QR code that keeps popping up. And we are going to find out whether or not True Rippers are going to 2-0 this or Valor take us to Icebox.
the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear presents TC Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial, apparel partner 656, accessories partner Cosmic Byte, and esports partner Aimlab. Now, this has been sort of a troublesome match for Valor, and a great match for the side of True Rippers, as we've seen them go up 13-6 and grab the victory here on the map of Haven. And we move on now to Ascent, a map that I believe has kind of a 50-50 chance of winning for both these sides. But if the side of Valor have picked this, it must be for a reason. They must have some sort of a game plan in their minds ready for them to take on this side of True Rippers, who have, by the way, on a hot red form right now. And Kirito, I want to know your thoughts. Do you think Valor actually might be able to take us to Icebox, or are we going to see the end of this game right here?
The potential is there. This is their map pick. This is the map they've been playing. They've been strategizing on. And again, we saw, despite being down in the ditches in the first map, in the first half, they're able to come back. They're able to at least put up some rounds on the board. They were 11-1 down. They put up 5 rounds in the second half. They brought it to a 12-6, and they could have gone for more if the side of TR did not create such a huge gap. So they know that they have the potential to at least make this match more interesting by taking it to the third map. But in order to do that, they're definitely gonna have to show up in a big way in this map of Ascent, and that's gonna be easier said than done, considering that they've just been through quite a difficult first map in Haven, and It's definitely a tall task in getting out of that losing mentality in the first place. We were down 11-1 in the first half. We were able to make some impact on the second one, but it wasn't enough. We lost in quite a bad way. That is something that they need to recover from and not let them affect them at least, or affect their gameplay that much in this second map that we're going in. And it's going to be on Ascent. The agent selections are coming in as we see the side of TR. They're going to be going for, I believe, a double duelist as Paradox and one tap God. They're locking in the Jet. They're locking in the Raze. I'm not too sure about the Raze, if I'm being honest. Obviously, the nade and the other utilities can provide some support, but again, maybe a Rain. I don't know. Raze isn't my comfort pick. But meanwhile, on the opposition of the side of Valor, we have a replacement. It's gonna be Strokey coming instead of Gavish from the first map, and he's hovering above the chamber. It's the chamber's not loud, right? Is it? I'm not.
No, obviously
Yeah.
not right now. Not in the between the tournament. We can't just let him in like that. Although
Uh,
he's a sneaky fella, but Strokey, he is a sneaky fella himself. So he has made his way here. Kavish has been replaced, and you can see it. I don't think Valor really want themselves to win this one. They do not want to give it up. On the one side, we've got a double duelist setup, and on the other
Choose your
as well,
agent.
we've got the same thing. A lot of teams now are going for this Raze and Jet pickup, even in Ascent, which to me, honestly, I'm always gonna, counter this. I'm always gonna say this, that I always believe that the Reyna and Jet is a more potent pickup on the map of Ascent. I'd even make a case for Phoenix if need be. But I think the Raze on Ascent at times, yeah, sure. I've seen it multiple times in the ranked games, makes sense, but I don't think in professional play, Raze plays that great of a role on the map of Ascent. There is a slow shift to the meta here. A lot of teams are picking that Raze up, but I don't think it works, as much as it should. I think Arena is a lot more. But let's move into the game as we continue talking about this, because I want to know your thoughts, Karita. Do you think that a Raze is great on the map of Ascent? Because Reyna, I think you need somebody who can lurk around, and Raze is not a lurker on this map particularly.
Yeah, definitely. Raze is that explosive. I mean, it's in her agent bio. It's in her qualities. She's an explosive agent. She can definitely make an impact on a round. But again, I don't think that's the sort of impact the side of VL need right now. Again, the player's comfort pick is definitely a factor to play in. A lot of players, the team demands sort of like maybe a vertical duelist, maybe a Jet, maybe a Raze, but if the player is maybe a lot more confident, gets a lot more frags on maybe a Reyna or so. She's not as vertical or as aerodynamic as the other agents, but she definitely has a potential in fragging. But even if it's the map is not built for Reyna, sometimes they go for that comfort pick so that the player can at least comfortably frag out, play to its best potential. And I believe that's what both these sides need right now. TR, I mean, they are in a better state. They have won the first map, and they definitely have the advantage. But again, I'm pretty sure they want to finish things off as soon as possible as well. They want to make sure that they don't give any ground to the side of Valor, but which is exactly the opposite thing that Valor are trying to do. They saw the potential, at least I saw the potential, hopefully the viewers did as well, that they can make an impact early on in this matchup and get a lead. That's definitely going to help them out to extend their scoreline and take it to the third map as we begin things in the map of Ascent. Relic, he's going to be the first player to contact the opposition, but the Boombot, he was severely tagged, and the Boombot from Buster finished things off. One tap God coming in from B main though. Can he get a frag? He will. Paradox as well onto Bullet. Trade is coming in from Buster though. He's going to take down Crosshair. It's a 3v3 scenario. Two players are low though from the side of Valor. It's I believe the duel is Buster and JN. Oh, there we go, Buster. He's gonna take the first frag onto one tap God. And he realizes there's a player to his left as well.
Oh, Paradox, he finds JN, and now he's got an opening onto Buster, who, by the way, is still really low. Plasha Sahil will take care of the A side. He will have the spike, but he has no more teammates to depend upon. Spike will go down, and Master will have to wait for his teammate to come in from short. Pasha Sahil covered by every single part of the map, as he has a turret on Heaven. He needs to face. He's got a player on short, and those classic bullets are just not connecting. Yeah, I know. I got the same reaction. Where the hell did those bullets go, huh?
I mean, It's I think the classic's the best weapon in the world. Like it's you cannot miss with it, or you're just missing every single shot. Feels bad there for Pasha, but it's all good. They lost the pistol round. It's all fine. They still can make a comeback later on in this matchup, but again, it's all about maintaining their composure. They lost the pistol on that first map as well, and look at what that led to. That led to an 11-1 scoreline. They need to avoid that at all costs in Ascent, especially considering this is their own map pick. So they did. I mean, they're gonna be a buy round for the side of TR. It's fine if they lose this, but the round after that, their own buy round, definitely should go their way. We definitely should see a 2-1 scoreline coming up in the third round. But it's again gonna be decided. Two Rippers taking an aggressive stance in this B main. But Buster though finds the open.
No.
All right. The game has changed. They have a couple of guns to work with right now. Crosshair, he's gonna try and deny them access to these weapons, but the turret actually is gonna give information to Strokey that, all right, okay, I see you there. He's gonna be going for the peek.
What is happening?
Pulling them in.
They've broken the matrix. They've cracked into the system. They've changed the algorithms of the guns. Now suddenly the pistols are working a lot better for side of Valor.
Well,
Clearly.
clearly.
Versus five.
Taking that back.
Yep.
Relic needs to find at least one. He's going for it. He's spraying down two, but he's down to 3 HP and he goes down. Relay finds it, and what a flawless round! Are you kidding me? Man, come on. That is not supposed to happen.
I don't know if it's gonna happen again. This is just one of those rounds that you definitely need to, keep in memory for a while. TR definitely were not expecting to lose that, and I guess that early aggression on B main, it's fine because they're on. I don't blame them for doing that because they have the better weapons. It just didn't work out. I don't know why, but it's a 1-1 scoreline, and Valor now they're in the driving seat to take the lead. Recon not giving much info, will be destroyed quickly, but a nade just follow up. Relic, classic in short range inside the smoke, won't find a frag. It's Buster taking him down. Frag in favor of Valor. Oh, Master, I don't think he knows there are players. He's trying to fight for the orb, I believe, but the orb is heavily guarded. But Master can get the frag onto Pasha, and so does Paradox. Crosshair on the opposite side of the map as well. I don't know what's happening.
What is happening in this game?
One
This
enemy
is
remaining.
not supposed to be normal.
Oh.
Everybody on the pistol seems to be James Bond here, 007. Not in terms of numbers, but in terms of their skill. Pistols are what you love, and pistols are what you will win with. And it's up to JN. He's got a pistol in his hand. He knows now what the formula to victory is, but he's gonna go down to Crosshair coming behind him as two Rippers now find their own Thrifty.
It's just a juggling effect. Just one team gets one round and the other gets this one. I won't be surprised if Valor win this next one, I'm being honest. And because of those rounds, Universe, it's like the economy is now in a really weird state. It's like they're winning thrifties, which they should not be winning, with weapons they should not be winning with. Like, how do you even, calculate this?
Alarm bot out.
Placing swarm grenade.
Regardless,
Get
we are
out of
gonna
my
see
way.
all rifles from the side of Valor. JN's gonna be playing the Bladestorm though on his jet. He's got the ultimate from the last round, so he has a weapon substitute. Strokey, he was lurking in B main, but his position is known. So he's definitely gonna be under a lot of pressure. He does get a frag though, but can he get a follow-up is the question. He does. And the B side's completely open right now. Despite all that, they're still going in towards A, where Master is going to be holding strong. The dash comes in from the jet. JN gets the opening frag. But the entry for the rest of the players is denied, but JN finds one more onto Paradox. Okay, I mean, this is an, I mean,
Spike planted.
honestly, if, I don't know what would happen if Strokey didn't get those frags in B main. Didn't really affect the overall strategy for Valor. They still push that A site. I guess weapons difference could be a factor, but regardless, 2-2 should be on the board quite easily. As Relic's the only one living.
Well, it looks like Relic is having to find himself in a situation where both his
Did he spot it?
I'm not sure. Yeah, no, he is. Okay, JN picks up a residual weapon as well. And that is gonna be the end of that round of another flawless. Okay, what Krita, what's happening in this game? What is...
I don't I don't know, but yeah, Valor, they're looking in a really good spot right now. TR, they have their own buys coming up. If Valor are able to overcome this, it's a 2-2 scoreline. It looks like it feels like it's very, equal from both sides. But honestly, it's Valor. They won both rounds flawlessly, and one of them was a thrifty. I think both of them were sort of thrifties. I don't know. It's hard to predict the economy right now. It's weird, but yeah, rifles for both sides. Paradox on the Blaze Storm. And it looks like it's going to be an A hit for now. The lockdown comes in from the attackers. It's going to be Strokey putting that down. Doesn't really cover the entirety of the site. We still see the Jets holding in towards Hell.
Blocking sight.
And he can create some serious damage if he can get some frags. He does, but he gets detained. And he's still alive in Hell. As we see Relic trying to deny this entry. He will have to fall back though as Master gets a follow-up on the partial side. 8 HP on Buster. He's going to be taken down as well. Master, he's having a round of a lifetime as he gets a triple kill.
Calling my bot.
All onto Strokey, and yeah, it's just going left, right, and left, right.
Yeah, it's like one of those fights where
Headshot.
you just have, if you would imagine Mike Tyson going up against Muhammad Ali, and it's just blow after blow. One gives the right jab, one gives the left uppercut. That's just how it's been going. And this time it's True Rippers with the lead, 3-2, and they want to keep it that way. They have an ultimate to do so, in case they want to plan the retake. Master has the Killjoy lockdown available, and one tap God with 1 kill could get the showstopper as well.
Yeah.
So True Rippers have a little bit of advantage.
Definitely has the potential. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. And look at where Valor are. They are not really concentrating that much upon B. Well, the spike is still towards spawn, by the way. And all of the players are still, are just going in the early stages of this round to find their peaks and information. As Crosshair has actually cleared up so much of that B main. He knows players are towards B link. But gaining that much map control is more than enough.
Paradox.
Paradox!
That he does. Onto JN. Big frag on a duelist. Definitely gonna change the pace of the round. Relic takes a couple of shots, knows there's a player on that top mid position, has to fall back. Doesn't want to lose his life too early because he is the main controller for his team, the Astra. Things have come to a stalemate. I believe they are trying to cut noise. They're trying to, confuse their opponents on where they are. I'm not sure TR are actually falling for any of these tricks. They're holding their position strong in either side.
Oh no, Paradox. A little too aggressive for your own comfort, my friend. Pasha, he doubles up. His aim is looking crispy.
30 seconds left.
That's
Set up
true.
from Killjoy, though.
Yeah, this is good. Master, all he needs to do is not peek out. Wait, hold, and play this a little bit slow. Pasha style will walk into your crosshair in just a bit. And he's hearing all... Oh, he's crawled past. The timing is all about the essence here. He's gonna get that down. Here comes the showstopper. They want to stop this plan. Master's not gonna find it. He's gonna have somebody blowing his head from behind. That's gonna be True Rippers falling short, 4 versus 2, and Master's down. One tap God's down to 6 HP. He knows one player's right under him. He's gonna go for the fight, not gonna find it. Buster takes him out, and Strokey finds Crosshair, and yet again another round for Valor.
Yeah, as I said, left, right, left, right. This is just going either ways each and every round. And I don't know who to root for. I don't know who to, pick on either side. Usually there are factors like momentum, economy, guns, and everything that you put in to calculate, okay, this team looks like they are in a good position to win this round. But at this point, I don't really know. Again, one would suggest, okay, TR, they are on an eco. They don't have the proper weapons. Possibly this round is going to go in their favor. That's exactly what we said on the second round when TR were on the buy, VL were on their eco, and they win a flawless 50. So yeah, I'm gonna take that into consideration as well, saying that it's still possible for TR to win this, even though they're on an eco. Because this match right now, it's just keeping me guessing. You definitely do not have a fixed answer for anything right now. Like, one tap God, you've been denied so many times pushing this. Doesn't matter, he's not gonna learn his lesson. Strokey's gonna again try and discipline him. So will Buster onto Paradox. That's a shot at range with a Phantom. Not easy to do, but they're doing it. It's all on to Master trying to hold on to this A side. This has been sort of the default for Valor, hasn't they? They get a couple of frags on B and one on mid. They shift their attention towards A maybe, but this time they're trying to go B as Bullet gets one more opening onto Relic. 2 versus 5, both on pistols.
A little too far for the
Timing.
classic to
No.
work.
One
Oh,
enemy remaining.
no, not gonna work. Crosshair, maybe one. No, another flawless. How many flawlesses are we gonna see in this match for Valor as they take the lead 2 rounds in a row for them? But it's still competitive enough for to keep True Rippers in the groove of this, you know, running.
Aren't 3 out of the 4 rounds for Valor flawless rounds?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Oh, what a way to go. And we see TR, they are struggling with Relic. He's yet to find an opening frag. 0-6 down. It's not a situation you want to be in, but I guess TR, this time they're going to try and change things up with an aggressive push from one tap guard.
Oh.
Will find success onto JN. Boombot will give a position for Buster's position away. And they're going to fall back.
Paradox is holding down an aggressive angle. One tap god is here to support him as he's holding down high mid for him, but Valor are not interested in peeking anything. They run away from B. They're going towards A. The rotation should be coming in as soon as that you know, Aldrone clears up most of the B main. One tap god slowly making his way away towards A. He's gonna go towards Heaven. And Valor are being read just slowly though. The 2-1-2, you can see on the map, it's still holding down. Now Recon is going to clear out most of B main, and that's going to cause a rotation from Relic. He wants to go back maybe. And here's the stars, they pop up. One tap god needs to get away here, and he needs to find that first frag. Maybe cause some, you know, damage with that utility of his, but it's gonna be his weapons. 1, Paradox makes it 2, and that's done. Valor are not entering this A side. No way in hell are True Rippers gonna let them get this spike. No time either. But Bullet actually, what?
10 seconds
He
left.
got 2. Relic trades him out at Crosshair, holding on the perfect crossfire. Takes down Strokey. Another round for True Rippers.
Strokey. I mean, he wasn't just, you know, I guess it was the heat of the moment. He wasn't really looking at the right angles. He was sort of just trying to walk into the site and definitely got punished for that. But yeah, 4-4. Nothing separating these two teams. And I believe the use of utility from TR in those late rounds were absolutely crucial for that victory. Recon from Crosshair, drone from Crosshair, giving out the information. Strokey was on that B side. He was in that tiles area, in that B link area. But he could have made some noise to try and sell this fake, trying to make it convincing. Maybe get revealed by that Recon's. Anything at all to try and sell a fake. But unfortunately, it was really well read by TR. Again, one tap god. He just loves to aggressively push on ahead, but this time he's going to be denied any chance at getting any frags. Bullet's going to send out the drone. Here comes the lockdown from Strokey on the complete opposite A side. That's actually going to pull Paradox to the A side with the... he doesn't have that operator, so he's not going to be able to make that much of an impact, but still has a rifle. At least pulls a couple of players to that A side. Makes the B side a little bit more likely to take, but Relic... Oh! Alright, this is the shot on the Strokey, and Strokey counters. What is happening? I have no idea. And right now, one tap guard, long range showstopper gets the shot onto the Buster. JN spots out the Jet, and with that information down mid, the rotation has been halted. They're going back to A. They realize that the push is towards A. Utility from Killjoy confirms it as well. They're just trying to walk in. It's all onto Paradox, who gets 1 onto JN, not a second onto Pasha as he gets traded. 3 versus 3 scenario. Here comes one tap guard with the raise.
Spike down A. One enemy
Absolute
remaining.
pandemonium in this A side.
Indeed.
I have the spike.
It has been an absolute pandemonium, and right now, it's all onto one-man Bullet. He's got an ultimate, he's got the plant.
10
Maybe...
seconds left.
No, he's got no time. He's gonna go for it, but he's gonna get detained. What is he doing?
Yeah.
He is gonna get detained, and that's it.
Oh,
Round
no.
done, dusted, over. What was he thinking in those couple of seconds?
I don't know. It's a confusing situation to be in. I don't know. He could have try and push maybe, or try and get the bomb and escape.
You failed. Now flee.
I don't know. It's a difficult situation to be put in, and regardless, it's gonna be a 5-4 scoreline. Again, it's just one-on-one. TR do win 2 in a row because VL won 2 in a row before that, so it's still potential is still there for VL to win this. They still have a decent economy. JN is gonna need a drop. He doesn't have enough for the Blade Storms, and he's definitely at least receiving. He can at least buy one rifle. Yeah, there it is. Meanwhile, TR are sitting pretty with the economy as well. It's still very close for either sides. Nothing separating these two teams. They're close to a bunch of ultimates as well. Paradox on that Blade Storm, and Relic is on that Cosmic Divide. VL trying to make their way into this A side again. The skill and utility from Master has been pretty effective, and Paradox with his firepower has great job at denying this entry as, but JN takes down Master. There's still Paradox nearing that tree area, but Relics here takes down JN from the top. Hunter Spree is being used up. A lot of action happening in this site. Not sure where the Hunter Spree was aiming at for Bullet, but so far no damage done. Crosshair is in an interesting spot. Shock Darts won't find him. Oh, but he spotted out Recon, giving information to him as well. Tries to destroy it, but too late.
Player standing.
Relic, the only man defending the A side, will fall as well. And looks like it's gonna be again the juggling of balls. It's gonna be 5-5 scoreline.
It is
All
gonna
onto
be.
one tap god.
One tap god?
Planted.
Unless he doesn't have HP.
No. Just the one. That's all it's gonna be. As we are going blow for blow here. It's been more of a team show for the side of Valor. Look at the effect though. Strokey, as soon as he's come in, he is the one leading the charge for his team. 11 kills he's got. 9 for Buster. And 6 each for Pasha, Sahil, Bullet, and JN. So they are doing a good job as a team, Valor. But Paradox and One Tap God, their individual abilities are taking this team across the line, along with Master supporting them. Crosshair and Relic, they've got their utility usages, but their kills are not just flowing through. And this is the side of Valor to looking to take their advantage into their own hands, because there is an eco on the side of True Rippers. What can they do? Can we see a Thrifty? Looks rather unlikely. True Rippers are not known to, you know, give up that easy.
Scanning ahead.
Find out. Grenade gonna throw in a little bit
Alright.
of a crosshair. 2 kills for him, and they still have Relic to worry about on the site. By the way, Bullet is planting. He has stopped for a second. Maybe he thought somebody's in that smoke. And here's Strokey on the backstab. Not exactly a late stab, rather. Oh, Paradox!
standing.
No, if he had a Phantom or even a Spectre at that point, I think he would have had a different say in that game. But because of the Marshal, he's gonna have to rescind to his death. And that's gonna mean Master in a 1v3 where he cannot find anything. The end of that round equals to Valor's 6th round, and they've
Last
at least
round
settled the
in the
half
half.
to a equal term, if not their lead. They would be hoping for that 7-5. They'll be fighting for it, but will they find it?
It's gonna be tough to find the side of True Rippers. They're on their buy. It's gonna be all rifles for this side. Master and Crosshair, they are on half armor, but again, they are a bit playing on their utility. They are, you know, giving the information as the Sova, you know, Killjoy playing off the swarm nades and the alarm bots, providing all the info for the team. Trying to hold down these sites is their objective, and leave the fragging completely fine on their own on that department. As you see Paradox, oh, goes for the peak, but Buster's ready for him. A good read, taking off the head of Paradox, taking him out of the game. And the rest of this first half, because it is the last round of this first half, and it's for now it's in favor of the side of Valor. They are 5v4, man advantage in their side. Shock darts go out, not really finding much. And here comes the lockdown from Strokey. That's gonna push away these players in the B side. Two Rippers, they're gonna try and hold on as long as they can, trying and deny as much as of the entry as they can.
Grenade is
Eventually,
damaged.
Oh yes, that actually tagged. Okay, that tagged a lot of players, but still, regardless, the push comes in and Buster. Oh, the satchel doesn't work out. He could have gotten a frag maybe if he was able to
Spike
push
planted.
into that CT in the right time, or at least damage a bunch of players. But for now, it's a 4 versus 5 retake for the side of TR. They have all 4 players here, but there is a lurker though. JN, Cosmic Divide comes in. It's all gonna come to the timing, but timing is gonna be working out for him.
Master, he takes out one, but they're not aware of this. JN perfectly placed Cosmic Divide for him. There's one, there's the second, and JN's done more than enough. Fasha finds the ultimate kill, and that is going to be 7-5.
Switching
Valor
sides.
find the advantage going into the second half, and a much needed one that too. Because if they hadn't found it on their map, it is going to be really difficult for them. And they're now on the defense. So as many rounds as they have put up on the offense, they're gonna have to hold it off, because the same thing can be done by True Rippers in the second half, because these guys thrive on aggressive playstyle. And Paradox and One Tap God are gonna be putting the ground down here.
Yeah, if anybody has to step up, it's definitely those two. They have been playing exceptionally well, but they need more from them. They need
Without a
more
start, I kept
potential,
pulling
more
them in.
fragging from these two to try and get back that equalization. And Paradox, he's delivering right. He's just pushing in down that mid. Jane's like, okay, this guy is definitely brave. His position is revealed, but he's gonna be holding strong because Strokey's gonna go for a peek and spot out Paradox. He doesn't even care about the drone. They know Crosshair somewhere close, and they're gonna find him. It's gonna be a 5 versus 3 early on. One Tap got sneaked by though. I don't know how that's happened. He finds one onto Strokey, trying to maintain the trigger discipline. This could be fake unless... Oh, Strokey turns around. They do give information though. He finds one, but the information is there, and Jane's gonna counter on that, getting the frag onto One Tap God. And oh, he spots out Master as well on B main. Lose the gunfight. Still a 3 versus 2 scenario. Very much winnable for both sides.
Indeed winnable. But the attackers need to find some sort of avenue to work with. I don't think that they have what they need right now, and that is utility. No Astro
30
Stars.
seconds left.
Equal to no smokes. Equal to no cover. 20 seconds. We are reaching that mark. As Relic and Master make their way towards A, they only have one player to fight here. That's Pasha. Throws down a star, covers it up. He's got players on the site, calls it out to his team.
10
Here
seconds
goes
left.
down the plant.
Pulling them
And
in.
it doesn't
Spike
matter that
planted.
he's got that pulling coming in, the gravity pull. Here's Master with the turret. That grenade is gonna make him go under heaven. That Recon's gonna find one player, but not the other. Valor find the pistol. Number 8 in their pocket, and number 9 looking consequently to come behind it. And True Rippers, Ascent might just slip away from them if they're not careful in the second half.
Out of charges.
Valor winning their first pistol round in the series. And I guess this is actually really important this round for them to win right now, because obviously that was the first map they lost in. Doesn't matter what happened there now. It's what matters is them getting this second map and winning this pistol in the second half, extending that lead, having that economic boost that they very much wish to, you know, cherish after winning a pistol, because they didn't win a pistol. They don't know how it feels to have Spectres against pistols in the second round, but now they will. They should be able to, you know, as you said, solidify that 9-5 scoreline with this. With this weaponry. And One Tap God, he's immediately dinged, brought down to 34 HP, I believe. And he's gonna have to take his fights a lot more carefully as JN. Oh, he does finish him off, so no more fights for him, at least in this round. Paradox will squeeze himself in B main, and the wallbang comes in. Strokey sprays him down. Pasha gets one more on the other side of the map. Bullet
One enemy
providing cover
remaining.
for his own killjoy.
Team
Getting that frag in, and whoa, what a confident round coming in. Strokey's even gonna be, you know, feeling himself a little bit. They are, I mean, you can't really blame them. They are definitely feeling confident after winning a round like that. A team ace definitely sets the momentum up high, definitely gets the blood pumping.
Duh. And True Rippers, they need to find motivation. They need to find strategy. They need to find openings.
Turret out.
And it needs to be Paradox the one to do that because he is the X factor of this team. What has he got in his pocket? He's towards mid, while two of his teammates find markings towards A. They are going to be finding one kill. Buster goes straight down as that shock dart is going to push them away from that A main position. Short is being taken over. Pasha Sahil needs to be careful. He's going to go down. Yes, he will. Master finds him. It's all to JN. And all he's going to find is spams on his direction. Bullet with one trade. Not going to find more. 1 versus 3, and it's all onto Strokey.
Spike planted.
Yeah, Byron definitely working out for the side of True Rippers. They had rifles to work with, so yeah, I mean, they definitely had the advantage going in to this round. Some damage is done though. They take down 2 players, so that's not too shabby from the side of Valor. The thing is, low HP on Crosser. He is spotted out. He should be able to win this fight.
But he's got a turret now to face off.
Yeah. He's gonna go for the peek onto B main. Comes in. Oh, Relic, nice headshot. And that's gonna be bringing the ever familiar scoreline to our screens. It's gonna be a 6-9 in favor of Valor still.
Nice.
Indeed, noise. Much more noise for Valor, if I'm being honest, because they have their own buy round coming up. They still have a lead, and I believe they still have that, you know, the blood pumping in them. That okay, it was their buy round. It's completely normal that we lost that. It's fine. We have rifles now. Let's work with this. Let's get that 10-6 scoreline and even more after that. So it's gonna be difficult though, because again, TR still have those rifles from the last round to work with. It's gonna be Jane with an operator. Sees the gun barrel. A one-tap god should know his position. I say should. I don't know if he does actually, but here comes Crosshair with the drone. Strokey still hiding in that little cubby. His position is not revealed yet. They should clear this though, but still he could do some damage. And damage, there it is. First frag onto Paradox. Operator for JN coming up. And we see one more frag for Bullet. He does fall as Relic and Master get a couple trades, but JN is here from Market.
Master throws down the lockdown, and that's going to give them the side. But we know that JN is going to hold down that angle until the very last second. He has that dash available, which he will use, and there it is. Amazing from JN as he comes back, but only to find us dead. And it's all to Master. 1 versus 1. He's brought it down to from 1v3, a clutch of the ages if he pulls this one out. He's got utility to play with. He's got 2 nano swarms as well. And Pasha Sahil, he's gonna cover up one side as Master is stuck on the side, and Pasha Sahil's hurt this. And there it is. He's gonna confirm that positioning. 2 stars go down. Master, he's listening. He heard him. He knows he's here. Perfect off angle.
Destroyed.
Got time to work with Pasha, but no angle. Master with a 1v3 clutch. With a 4K in this round. Pulls out a round that True Rippers had no business winning.
Definitely, they did not have any business at all in there winning that round. I mean, that was such a beautiful side hold though. We had Strokey getting a frag, we had Bullet providing cover as well. JN with that operator, phenomenal. The only player they weren't able to take down was Master, and he is the master at clutching right now. What a clutch from him. Switching to the killjoy from the Sova. He's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, he had all the things in their advantage, if I'm being honest. The one thing he didn't have was the HP. Despite that, he was able to win out that round. And that's gonna allow the side of TR to continue on to extend this lead. But Relic, though, under a lot of pressure, he will be taken down. Not before he does get one more frag onto JN. So that's that, an equal trade, but still giving away a rifle. It's very much open.
Yeah, so that should not be a problem for them. One weapon in the hands of Buster should not cause too much problems. But there are sheriffs available as well. Damage they cause is unparalleled. 55 and 1 damage to one in 1 bullet to the body.
Spike planted.
Let's find out whether it's possible. 4 versus 4. 1 Vandal to work with. Not as much utility as they would hope. All 3 players of the side of True Rippers are on site. One of them holding down towards B main. He's cleared it up. They know that Valor are coming from market. A lot of sound being given. That recon is going to be perfect to find these frags. There it is. It's all into one tap god. He found two, but no more. Strokey takes out one, and Buster is denied to enter the site.
Player standing.
You shall not pass, says the Killjoy, as Master cleans up Buster, and that's going to be 9-8. True Rippers are nowhere out of this game. They might have lost some players, but they will find a round, and they have economy to buy in.
That was a big round for them. They're gonna be able to maintain that economy and that momentum that they've built up, and they're one away from equalizing though. So Valor, they definitely have to get up their game cheers, get a little bit serious about this, because right now this is still, I mean, if the side of TR win this next round, they're gonna be destroying the economy of Valor. They're gonna have their own confidence to 100. And that momentum boost is all they need. As I said, as we both said at the beginning of this match, both teams thrive on that momentum. And until now, no team has actually had that momentum, because this has been such a back and forth match. We did see the side of Valor coming out on top as we entered the second half. They had a scoreline favoring them, but again, it's been turned around by the side of True Rippers. And if they win this one, if they can deny this Byron from VL, that's going to be all they need to continue on possibly taking this series to Rippers. But right now they're trying to take this A side. They have made a lot of noise while pushing in. So I believe Valor, they should be ready for this execution. As we see the recons come in, the utilities are going to come in. But the entry is denied there. They did not walk in. A lot more utilities thrown in though. Finally they come in. One tap got with the showstopper, but denied. JN says no. Paradox with the trade though. Lockdown destroyed as we see the Jet dashing in. Paradox is going to try and go up into that glass box. Or really, he's actually going to hold left, as the rotation is going to be happening. 30 seconds on the clock. They need to run to B right now with all they have. The bomb is in the hands of the Sova. Noise being made. Paradox, he's undercover. He's infiltrated the base of the defenders. And finding this frag onto Jane could be huge. But the wall, oh, the wall comes in the wrong time. Paradox, he's still...
10 seconds left.
How is he alive?
I don't know, but Bullet, deny it. He denies the bomb plan, and there's no time. The round's not adjusted.
It's over.
There's no time.
Yep,
They
True
get the bomb
Rippers have
down.
lost this on the
They
basis
get
of
the bomb down,
timing.
but no time. Oh god, this...
No timing. They will lose players, Valor, but that's okay. They won the round, and they're gonna let this get away. True Rippers, how would you let that happen? You need to check your backside on B. One player made the difference, and all he did had to kill only the planner, and that's it.
That's all he did. And I mean, Paradox as well. Honestly, if he was able to create some confusion amongst the players rotating, he was in a prime position to do that. If he did, then might have isolated the player holding in that backside of B. That might have allowed the players of TR to actually clear the site more efficiently, knowing that okay, the rest of them are distracted. But yeah, so far the lead has been denied, but one tap god though, he wants vengeance. He's gonna be clearing out the A side single-handedly. None of the defenders are there. They have been eliminated. Buster and Pasha Sahel, they are not in this round anymore. They're gonna have to wait their turn in the next one. Meanwhile, Skokie trying to break that door, but there's a player on catwalk.
Pulling them in.
Well, they've pushed in heaven as well. Look at this aggression from TR. Alright. Strokey finds one tap god, finally ending his kill streak.
Enemy remaining.
Paradox though gets the trade. So does Relic. It's all on to Jay and save that operator. There's a snare in mid. Oh no, their economy.
Yeah, their economy is not good. This is an eco, which means True Rippers have a chance to equalize the scoreline. 10-10 is looking on the horizon. And it's just about a couple of seconds away. True Rippers have been at the top of their game. At least 3 of their players, Master, Paradox, and One Tap God. Crosshair with his utility and Relic with his utility, but not so much in terms of the fragging department. Don't really have to do it as well. JN with the shorty out towards mid as Master. He's braced down too, and JN. Oh man, he does find that kill, and Master finds his third as Pasha Sahil. Well, he's gonna let Paradox pass by. Picks up his gun, says thank you very much, but immediately Relic says nope. We do not want your thank you. We want your life. And that's gonna translate to 10 and 10. Back to ground zero we go, and what a stage to come on to, True Rippers.
This match is just delivering on so many levels for everybody right now. If you're a Valor fan, if you're a True Rippers fan, it doesn't really matter. This match is entertaining as hell.
Up I go.
Bringing it back to a 10 and 10. Again, both sides, they both have the potential for taking the lead. This is a buy round for True Rippers, and it's also a buy round for the side of Valor. Operated in the hands of JN, he needs to make an impact with that. He's been getting frags consistently, but he needs to pop off with this mid though. The kill to alarm bot, it's so far behind. Why is it so far behind? It's usually placed a lot more up
That's
front.
because Paradox always lurks up towards the spawn. That's his style.
Oh, they close the door.
Yeah, they close the door. They're gonna hold it up towards that one angle because they know Paradox keeps doing this. They know it. And that's exactly why they're gonna allow him to take that as much control towards mid as possible, while they hold down the B side and the alarm bot holds on towards the top of the defender spawn area. Master needs to probably try and distract somebody for Paradox to dash in, as Bullet is patiently waiting
You
for
should run.
that recon. Here's the Hunter's Fury to take it down, though. Dashes in Paradox. Perfect timing. Finds another
my
Paradox.
Taking that back.
Dude, you do
Recovering it.
not let that man lurk this far up.
30 seconds left.
Even if you have the perfect counter to his abilities, do not let him push up. He uses that jet dash perfectly. Doesn't get third kill though. He's gonna be taken out by Pasha, but he's done his job. He's done the entry. Trade has happened as well from Crosshair, taking down Pasha. And it's gonna be a 2 versus 4 scenario.
They're gonna
that are
save.
not looking good. Yeah, they have to save. And I believe this player down mid, the Astro Relic, he should know. But okay, guys, I think they just moved towards the A site. And I believe they can afford to actually go and hunt for them.
Yeah, they most
Valor,
certainly can.
yeah. Valor cannot afford to lose these weapons because they just lost the lead.
And this is gonna be Nico.
Yeah, they cannot lose these weapons as well. If they do fall to a full eco, 12-10 is pretty much set in stone.
Yep. They only have 2 weapons to fight off with Buster and JN. They will survive unless Relic. Nope. JN is gonna get away with this. As Relic, he is gonna be breeding as well in this round with his weapon. And now, what do, Valor? You buy into this, you're gonna be writing your death sentences. They are, but oh, Kirito, I am really worried about this.
It's messed up either way, man.
I
if they
really
don't-
think they need a timeout right now to discuss what they want to do. But they're going straight for it, and I hope they have a game plan, because 2 Spectres, 1 Vandal, 1 Phantom, and an Operator is a completely disoriented Byte that is not going to give them too much value. Let's find out how it goes down. Valor, what do you got in store for us? 1 on B, 2 towards mid, and 2 towards A. One of them is
Deploying
peeking
drone.
out towards A short, so they have mid control actually. This is interesting. Paradox, oh, he spots him out. The A side is being contested here. Buster gone down to 50 HP. Almost. As True Rippers, they did aggress on A and they've called in this rotation and they're moving in at B. So that is a good read of the game right now that the attackers are having. But the rotations are coming in. You can see it. He's running for this, Buster. He knows it's been called in. He knows there's going to be a B hit.
Oh, wait
But
a
True
second.
Rippers are again
Wait a
running
second.
away.
Wait a second. Oh god, this is confusing everybody right now. Paradox, if he spotted on this mid, I believe that should give some indication that they are pushing towards A. And I believe noise has been made. Buster going for a pick. He's low on HP, but he's trying to bait him in. Strokey's the one who's gonna get the frag. That's a big one. Bring it to their favor. Entries being done in this A side. Showstopper activated, but James misses the off shot. Dashes away though. Pasha is gonna get a frag and 2 at that. Crosshair, he's gonna get 2 of his own. It's gonna be a 2 versus 3 scenario, still in favor of Valor. They need to win gunfights, which they will. And 11-11, they're gonna pick up all the guns in the world, and it's gonna be in their favor. Ooh, that was a risky round. The economy wasn't good. The momentum wasn't good. It was looking all in favor of TR, but they bring it back from the dead. Honestly, I don't know if TR should have pushed that B side or not. The rotation towards A was an interesting call. Actually, I feel like that was the better call. Because there were, I think, 3 to 4 players nearing that B side. The pushing towards A was the better idea, but I guess Valor just read it really quickly and were able to react to it on time.
You are right about that. They were able to react on time, and
Get
Pasha,
out there.
he did find 2 and now Paradox, he's going aggressive. Buster finds 1 tap god. This is a little too close for comfort. True Rippers,
Oh.
aggression can be a little reckless. You just need to be careful with it. You've already lost a player. Do not lose any more. That has to be the name of the game right now. Men kept alive as Paradox will get spammed down, survives for the sake of it. But Strokey's found Crosshair, and this 3-man stack on B is working wonders. Paradox and Relic find 2 back. JN will trade back, and it's all on to these 2 members here. Paradox and Master. Both of these guys are the ones who've been fragging out for this team here. And he needs to find the first one. Paradox gets it, goes up in the air. And JN,
Reload.
he's got no
reloading.
support. No support, no life either. They find it back, and Pasha Sahil, the only man left, is gonna get it back to 1v1. And it's up to Master.
He has no stars. Oh, they're gonna be dancing around the box. They spot each other out. They know what their locations. Master has some utility to work with. That alarm bot doesn't help out. Pasha Sahil brings it back for his team. 12-11. And it's gonna be match point for Valor. Oh, that sweet taste of being on the verge of victory. They are definitely screaming on the top of their lungs right now. And what matters more to us, I believe, is the economy of the side of 2 Rippers. Do they have enough for a buy in this next round? Oh, they most certainly do. It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Indeed it isn't. True Rippers, they are gonna have a full-fledged buy. Their economy, thanks to what they built up across the number of rounds that they won, is going to allow them to even buy upgraded pistols if need be, along with all of their utility and armor. This is it. Round number 24 it has come down to, and of course it had to come to this in this second map. Ascent. Always so competitive, but at times unpredictable as JN. He's going to get supported, but Strokey immediately traded off in a one-and-done position he's in, as JN will get sprayed down. Master opens up the game for his team. 2 versus 4. Pasha and Buster left to do it all against the world of True Rippers. What do you have in store? The grenade, the dink onto Paradox. The Hunter's Fury comes in on the opponent, and they know where he is. Paradox settling the things here for his team. And in this 4 versus 1, Pasha Sahil is gonna go down to that shock dart. Overtime, here we come. As Crosshair even wants to kill out his team.
Fine, they're celebrating. It's all good. They're able to bring it back to a 12-12. They're bringing it to an overtime. It's still very much at risk for the side of Valor. It looks so good for them, but just all fell apart in that last round. We're going to overtime. Both of these teams, they're just feeling their aim right now. They're just feeling really good about everything. And even Valor, even if they lost a bunch of rounds in the end there, it shouldn't matter too much, because the ones that they win, that they did won, it looked really good, and they should keep those in mind. They should keep, okay, what were our strats then? How did we read that? That's what they should be trying to predict right now.
There.
And
There.
it's just difficult for both sides to win regardless, because they're both right now at such a cracked state, if I'm being honest. Both their aims, their utilities, their strats, their communication, everything is at the best it has been all night. Like, they're just hitting the shots that they would not have hit even a couple of hours ago, if I'm being honest. That's what playing to insane matches will do to you.
Indeed, I have to agree. Valor, they were so close to victory. 1 foot towards the finish line. But then comes Paradox and Master. And they just turn the round around. Find that amazing ultimate round. And here we are.
Placing alarm bot. Placing swarm
Small little tech pause from the side of True Rippers.
Placing swarm
As
grenade.
we are watching the side of Valor set up their defenses. Particularly Strokey, who by the way has been a revelation for Valor this on this map of Ascent. We're good to go. Back in the game we go, ladies and gentlemen. Valor are gonna have to hold off the wrath of True Rippers coming. Sorry, True Rippers are gonna have to hold on to the wrath of Valor coming onto this A side, which by the way is all 5 players. Paradox, need to be careful, my friend. What a shot! Oh wow. Strokey hits a bullet straight to the head. Paradox will be spotted out. They know where he is. The grenade's gonna go in to take him out, but he's gonna survive. He's gonna be alive, and he is gonna be supported. Master gets one. There's the second, and he might have just done enough. Pasha, he gets 2 back, but his teammate's gone to hell, and so will he. True Rippers pull out the 13th.
My God,
Switching
I mean,
sides.
where was the support
Match
though?
point.
We see the dash coming in, JN moving in. I mean, they already lost a player there, so they definitely need to try and work on the trades, not lose that man count that they already have. We see the dash coming in from JN, and we see Master just walk out of Garden and take him down. Where's the rest of the players pushing in?
Placing sentry.
I think they were denied by maybe a Swarm Nade or maybe even a Gravitational Well from Astra, but he needed that support there, and it wasn't there. Master was able to get 2 frags, a second one onto Buster, go unpunished. That's something they do not need right now, and it's gonna be that True Rippers not playing on that aggressive gameplay. They're gonna be walking down mid, denied though, but Crosshair finding the opening onto Buster, and that does create some opening for the side of TR into this A site. Master finds one more stroke, and so does one tap. Got it, it's all done, maybe.
No.
JN and Bullet is
Spike
all that
planted.
remains. JN pushing the smoke with the operator. Does he want to go for this? He should know there's a player on top. Oh
Last
God,
player
this is way
standing.
too intense. This is all onto him as Bullet falls to
It's over.
Master. 1v5. What can he do? JN, he gets one. Can he get a second? No, Paradox. Finishing
Attackers
things
win.
off. And there we go. Our victors are gonna be True Rippers. What a series. What a match.
What a match indeed. True Rippers on the attack. All they did was follow up onto where they got that pick. Crosshair. He found that first kill, and that was it. They followed it up. Paradox dashed straight into the site. They found Pasha Sayo peeking out from, the green box, or the rock box, whatever it is you call it. It doesn't matter. Valor are out of the competition for the 3rd time in a row in the playoffs. They have fallen off. It is heartbreaking, but it is what it is. True Rippers, congratulations. They are going further into the playoffs. They will be facing ENIGMA in the stages later on of the lower bracket. But what a game this has been. Let's go to the highlights, Kirito, because the first game was an amazing True Rippers showcase. The second game might have been close if we had a pretty much of a boxing day here at the TC Gauntlet, but in the end, the final blow was delivered by True Rippers.
Indeed, I mean, True Rippers. Both teams look really consistent, if I'm being honest, and I'm gonna give it to the side of Valor. Don't be at all disheartened at how you played. It was an absolutely brilliant second coming on that second map. But again, in the end, I believe the sort of team play fell off in those last couple of rounds. We see the Jets dashing in. They are doing the entry, but the rest of the players need to walk in and provide support at that same time. It didn't really happen. And again, on their defensive half, it's just all onto Paradox and One Tap God. They just walk in so easily and get those frags and create such a big man difference. If there was any ultimates available for the defenders, for the side of Valor, it was denied early on by those 2 players, and it's just so difficult for the side of Valor to deny that, for them to deny these players in. Not only that, I got to give it to JN as well. His operating skills were quite good, but again, it lacked a bit of the consistency. Like Paradox did, he wasn't on an operator much today, but he definitely showcased his fragging with the rifle, and it just didn't show up the same way for JN on that op. He because that operator is a big investment. He needed more frags to make it count, and more frags for his team to actually get more rounds off that economic investment. But overall, it definitely was a good map for side of Valor to go out on. Definitely, again, nothing to be ashamed of. Heads held high, but it's gonna be True Rippers taking the cake. Moving on against Enigma. If this was them against Valor, imagine what Enigma's gonna be like. On second thought, don't imagine. I don't even want to know.
Oh man, this is an amazing game for Troopers. They deserve to celebrate this one. This is the first time that they've come so far ahead in the TC Gauntlet, and I am really proud of these boys. They've done a great job. They've had a huge, journey to come this far and to beat Valor, to beat Exploit, to beat so many teams to make their way here is not a short feat. And now they face the biggest test of all. Enigma Gaming are up ahead in front of them, and they need a good night's sleep to find this one.
Indeed, they do. But yeah, again, if you're side of if you're for supporting the side of Valor, I gotta say Valor, they definitely have that potential again to come up on that next season to maybe get a better score line. Obviously, there's a lot that needs work, but it's still very much fixable, and they have the time as well to possibly get back up and build a really strong team. um, but again, it's True Rippers. They showed this consistency that definitely a lot of teams strive to get, and and especially on that first map, that confidence that they gained played a big role in the second one. Because even when they were down in the halftime in Ascent, they just talked about, okay, guys, remember what we did on Haven. We just need to perform like that again. We can't let this affect our mental capacity. We definitely need to keep fragging out like we do normally, play like we do, and they're able to tie things up and take the lead. And I mean, pretty much in the end, they definitely showcased a great ability in both tactical plays and aggressive plays as well. They definitely utilized their top fraggers, Paradox and One Tap God's ability to aggressively push in to the best interest of the team, which I think is one of the things that makes True Ripper such a strong team. And look, Paradox, he's just popping off with the operator. They just let him loose and like, just do what you do best. We'll play off you, and that's exactly what the rest of the players did for TR. And I think that a couple other teams can definitely check out this VOD and learn from this sort of play style, because that is such an effective way to play in this tournament.
Indeed, it is. And with that, True Rippers, they are going to move further on. And I think that with this style of gameplay, Enigma Gaming have faced them before. They know how True Rippers play. And True Rippers know that Enigma are a tyrant of a team. They are among the best in the region, and it is going to be a difficult game ahead. But if they perform at this level, there's nobody who can stop them. Master yet again with the MVP. Look at that performance from the man who has been in the spotlight today. Both the Killjoys are on top. You could see there is a significant team effort from the side of Valor more. They've got 24, 18, 17, 17, 11 compared to what we see on the side of True Rippers. But because of the impact frags that Master and Paradox have got, and One Tap got in Crosshair as well, the impact frags were all across the board. Because every time they were in a situation where they needed to find a little bit of extra map control by getting kills, One Tap got in Crosshair did come in handy, and then the remaining was done by Paradox and Master. And that's the reason why they are moving up ahead. They are moving up strong, and they will be taking this series 2-0, something I did not expect.
Indeed, and I gotta say, despite all the all the one-sided maps, one-sided rounds, and everything like that, all the one-sided fragging as we see Paradox dashing in J and popping off with the operator, it was a lot more closer to me. Even in the first map, some of the rounds definitely were really interesting and really entertaining. We had 5v5 post plans that were absolutely berserk. the entire way through. And these are the kinds of plays that I definitely want to see more in this tournament. More chaotic, because Valorant, it just thrives on that chaos. I mean, when you see like 4 to 5 ultimates going down in one site retake, that's the sort of excitement that makes me love Valorant so much. And both of these teams delivered today, and I believe the rest of the teams in the playoffs will keep playing like this till the very end. So I mean, it's gonna be one hell of an ending to the gauntlet as we're approaching that grand finals.
Yeah, that is true. And with this, I think we are end at for today's games, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a great journey. Let's have a look at the brackets, though, as the playoffs continue further, and we have just a couple of more games left. The upper bracket finals, the lower bracket semifinals, the lower bracket finals, and of course, the grand finals of the TC Gauntlet Season 3. It is just a few more days away, and we are reaching the climax of a third season. Will Velocity Gaming hit a hat trick and take it all home for the third time, or are we going to see a new champion arise? 4 great teams, 4 great matches coming up, 2 of which are yet to be decided, 2 of which we are going to be witnessing tomorrow onwards. So I really hope everybody sticks around. I am going to be so pumped for this. I hope that you all enjoyed today's game. True Rippers absolutely ripped a new one to Valor, and they're going to be going back to the drawing board as True Rippers move on ahead. Enigma versus True Rippers, Velocity versus EXO. Things are heating up in the TC Gauntlet Season 3, and we hope you stick around. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. If you like the content we provided, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It supports us a lot, and hit that notification icon so that every time we go live, you know where to find the Valorant action. And go ahead and check out the description below. You've got all of our deals from our sponsors, and you can get your next big upgrade and maybe play in Season 4. But for now, we are done and dusted. Thank you for joining us. You are watching the LG Ultragear presents TC Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial, apparel partner 656, accessories partner Cosmic Byte, and esports partner Aimlab. Good night and happy gaming.
One, two, three, let's go.